Amazing performance by all of the teams. Well done and well played. The grind has yet started, and we can see a lot of teams were able to rise above the
Deep,
leaderboard.
deep. The live
Right. So let's see, guys. Let's see who would be able to secure the next chicken dinner. I mean, we do have a couple of more matches left to play in exactly about five. So the first match being concluded, and we can see a lot of changes in the leaderboard. We can see a lot of changes in terms of the top players. Today it's not about just staying back and looking who's going to win the chicken. It's all about being aggressive and going straight into those points. Now would you look at that, guys? A huge drastic difference when it comes to both placement points and elimination points. We can see a lot of teams are aiming towards the elimination points rather than placements per se. So now moving on to your overall top players, so far at the very top still stands Rios with 16 eliminations, following it up with Lucifer 16 eliminations, Scout with 15 eliminations, and Tabs with 13, and Revo with 10. So there you have it, guys, your overall top players. Let's give it up one more time for Rios, Lucifer, Scout, Tabs, and Revo. Let's see if there would be a switch in terms of top players as well as we conclude DGN's Master Paid grind for the day. Well, obviously, we do have five matches left to play out. We do have a wrangle as a match 8. Now, that is everyone's favorite. So, let's see, guys, who would be able to play out a wrangle and secure the chicken dinner home. Right, so it was absolute chaos. We did see how Sanhok was literally dominated by ISSLNRCs, and the last zone was, well, definitely Chef's Kiss once again. So Josh and J Lo, myself, will be signing off temporarily after we head on to a quick short break before we gear up onto the next match, which will be match 8, Erangel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Deep Game and Net Masters Paid Grind. You're witnessing the second match about to be underway here. In just a moment, we had some technical issues, but now we are here, we are casting, and we are going to give you some opening commentary, me and JLo on the casting desk here. But right, yeah, we witnessed ISSLNRC take the first match chicken dinner of day number 2 here, and this is the start that they needed. They jump to the top of the table. That's going to be really important considering that S13, they spent the entire day, the entirety of yesterday, they spent on the top of the table. But right now, for the first time, we have seen the major shift, and ISSL NRC, the powerhouse of Sri Lanka, have taken their rightful position at the top of the table. So we're seeing the first dethronement, if I could call it that, in this Game and Net Masters paid grind. But right now we are going into the second match wrangle here. Match number 8, or the second match of day number 2 here underway. We can see the plane path going in from Sosnatova military base all the way to shooting range. And we can see that this is a south to north plane path here, a bit lenient towards the western side of the map. So we will see places like Georgepur, Gatka maybe become popular amongst these teams, but right away we can see so many teams opting to go to the southern island, military-based island, and that's going to be really interesting to see what if the zone shifts upwards. It's going to be really interesting because most of these teams will have to choose early rotations, and that's not what teams would like to do early on. They would like to stay in their drop locations, and there we go. The first circle underway here, and it's gone towards the eastern side, so no support here, much support from the plane path. It's favoring the western side, so most of these teams will have to opt for the rotation towards the eastern side. But right now we can see for teams like LFEQZ, it might not be that bad because their designated drop is in fact Lipovka, so they will try and take vehicle rotations towards their designated drop location. And as we can see, Massa and his DEFCON squad, along with Mavericks, yeah, there we go, the orange just appeared. They are in the Milta area. So teams like this, they won't have an issue when it comes to rotating into the zone, so they can take their time in their fights early on. And as we already can see, even the last 3 matches of a wrangle that we witnessed yesterday, it was always these few teams here, Mavericks and X1 DEFCON here. So right now we can see some fighting going on. Toma with the 2 getting the first knock and the elimination here. Shitsu goes down, and Toma is going to go his final 2 HP as well. But right now he let go of that knock there. He let it go. So the QBZ shots came in, but unfortunately, it's going to be OneBlood Bedley that gets a knock, and it's going to be the tryout here for OneBlood Esports. That confirms the elimination. Another confirm coming out. Anish is going to be eliminated. So right now, Bradley and tryout with a kill each. And this is going to be another squad here. So now solely, it's going to be the Soul Man remaining, I think. And no, he has support from the other end. No, now it's going to be the Soul player remaining. Solely goes down. Bradley with some beautiful M416 shots shows what he can do at the start of the match. What a player he is. Definitely in the drop clashes. Bradley, one of the deadliest players from OneBlood Esports. He picks up his second kill off of LF Skyforce right now. The Molotov coming in from Joker, but it's absolutely nowhere near Bradley. And he's going to try and take some more eliminations, gets the shots off, but unfortunately couldn't take more than that to, maybe potentially get the knock here. But right now, Mafia in a big situation. LF Skyforce still surviving. We can see a player from Bradley's behind area. We can see LF Skyforce have 1 player standing, so that potentially could be a knock for LF Skyforce in terms of Bradley. If he does not know, there we go. There it is, the back shot. Unfortunately, Bradley goes down. OneBlood Esports losing their first player, and right now Bojbi with the reply back for LF Skyforce here. And as we can see, yeah, Bojbi getting the first elimination. Toma got 1 elimination, but unfortunately he is eliminated out of this fight. We can see Neo getting knocked out here. So back and forth for most of these teams here, and I'm pretty sure in Milta we saw DEFCON and Mavericks go out, but there were three teams going to that place as well. I'm pretty sure ANTEIKU used to go to that area as well, but they have been missing from going and drop clashing. They are realizing here what mistakes that they are making, and the drop location just isn't it. But right now, tryout in a 1v1 scenario, and Cyrax, he gets the elimination here. Tryout goes down, ONEBLOOD losing yet another player here. So as we can see, Mafia gang with two players right now standing. Satu is knocked out, unfortunately. ONEBLOOD now with the last player standing, and LF Skyforce with the one player standing. So back and forth among these teams. Jayla, what do you think about this drop clash?
Well, it was absolutely insane. Almost all of the teams were literally huddled to one another, one be looking onto the other side and the other side, and they were able to get a couple of elimination points as well. Now, Bradley was being so deadly today. Bradley, deadly, well, that rhymes a lot. We got Skyforce's last man standing here, Bojube, and we can see him with a VS and a UMP over here. Meanwhile, Mafia gang is also overlooking into 1Bs. Now, the 1Bs are literally right in the middle of this chaos that's about to happen. So Skyforce is literally, Bojugi really literally knows where exactly the 1B teammates are at. So it could either be deadly to him or it could be deadly to them as well. So let's see how it's going to be played out, guys. Fasnoka is literally a pool of blood right now, literally screaming. And many teams are literally striving to get a couple of eliminations. You can see Mafia gang sort of finding their their opponents over here. They don't want to stay in. They really want to go out there and make sure that they get those knocks and complete their eliminations. So if you take a look at the leaderboard, we can see ONEBLOOD have already dominated with 3 elimination points, following up team with just 1 elimination. And DEFCON going 1v1 over here with the Mavericks. As we can see, Milta. Obviously, we remembered the scenario that happened yesterday at Milta. It was insane. So the Mavericks is going head-on-head first against the DEFCONs. You can see Prince has already been knocked out. He comes a rush by Deadly and down goes Deadly. So with just 2 men standing, we got Mari and we got Massa here. And here comes a rush against Massa. Let's see, guys, nades are being thrown. Every possible utility is being thrown. And the last 2 men for DEFCON, let's see how it's going to be played out against the Mavericks is over here. We can see the Maverick. Oh, would you look at that? 3 teams in Milta. Are you kidding me? We got the VEs, we got the Mavericks, we got the DEFCONs as well. Now, this is a textbook example of how a competitive field should be. You're never going to know when you're going to get third party. You're never going to know when you're going to get shot at. So, we're still stagnant with 20 teams, however, but the fights are literally hassling over here. Right, so here comes sticky bombs as well. Right, so let's see if he's able to get a knock with using his whatever the utilities that he had actually utilized over here. So it's going to be a 2v2 situation over here. We got the Mavericks and Massa, just 2 people manpower amongst either side of the team. Meanwhile, we've also got the VEs enclosing, creeping straight into the chaos that's happening over here. With 4 manpower, now, obviously the VEs are going to have more advantage given that they have more manpower here. So here comes the rush by DEFCONs. Given the last man, Vicky Sir needs to ensure that he's able to get his teammate in time, or else that will be the end for the Mavericks. So let's see how it's going to be played out. Guys. We got the VEs coming right behind them as well. And the first team to be eliminated early on is the Mafia gang. DEFCON's Mari is quarter of health and Massa is last HP as well. Let's see, guys. Now, would you look at that? All of the teams literally in one place, huddled to one another. So let's see, guys, who's gonna make it out alive. And down goes Massa, the last man standing. Mari should do something about it. Should do something to make sure that his team is safe and sound, or else that will be the end for DEFCON. If Mari has to go down, the team would also go down along with him. And here comes the rush by VE. Spray against Dima, but does not connect any of the bullets. And down goes Mari, guys. What a well played third party by VE Esports. Amazingly well executed. And now their eyes are fixated on the Mavericks. And with that, guys, the second team to be eliminated would be Team DEFCON. So we're down to 18 teams with just 61 remaining now. Let's see who would be able to make it out of the chaos that just happened in Milta. Now, would you look at that? Another team approaching Milta as well, and down goes Skyfarce's last man standing. So, with that, the third team to be eliminated early on would be Team Skyforce. And we're down to just 17 teams and just 60 remaining. Now, moving on to SDMZ's POV over here. Let's see, they are eyeing straight into the TM7. Now, TM7s are playing pretty deadly as well as we recall yesterday. And the MAKPEN's going against the RLXs. Fights are happening literally everywhere. Pretty vigorous, so aggressive. They don't want to waste time anymore. Right, so TM7 Eddie. Just 3 standing for TM7. This is like the fourth play. This is them in the last minute or what? Right, so just a minute left for the zone to enclose into stage 3. I mean, the zone isn't that difficult. So teams might be able to get into the safe zone at a pace of their own. And here comes the rush by B2Rs against RLX. Last man standing for RLX would be Omega. Let's see if Omega is gonna avenge his friend's death, or would he be playing it safe? Feels like he is going away from what just happened to his friends, and he's trying to play safe, making sure that he keeps his team name to its reputation. So right, let's look into the leaderboard. We can see S13 is now leading with 4 elimination points. Let's see if they're able to keep up with the same momentum, given that they do have a couple of points below ISSLNRC when you cross check the overall rankings previously. But you'll never know. ISSLNRC, ZQZs, RLXs could absolutely rise above anything that could happen to them. So we're never gonna know which team might be able to secure the chicken dinner today, because it's absolutely chaos. Yesterday we did see somewhat momentum from S13, but let's see if any other team would be able to keep up with the same momentum as we saw previously in match 7. So TM7's getting a rush by the SDMZs over here. Now, what do you think about this, Josh? Almost all of the teams are playing super aggressive compared to yesterday.
Yeah, starting things off here straight away, we saw so many drop clashes actually in Milta, in military base. There's drop clashes literally everywhere. You can't keep the fight out of all of these teams here. And right now we can see VE ISSLxNRC going up against SDMZ Esports. So this is a Maldivian battle we can see straight away. Now we only saw one team from yesterday actually take the chicken dinner, and I think it was I can't remember which team it was, but it was only the one team that took chicken dinner in from the Maldivians. So we definitely have to see some domination from the Maldivians in this league here, master paid league. And now we can see Mavericks trying to answer back with 80 coming to their normal drop locations right now to end the match here for Mavericks. There we go. AT eliminating Mavericks right here. So their strategy working out for them. Lost one player in terms of Cody. That's a really good player to lose out though. So ANTEIKU with a bit of a disadvantage. But One Head and Shafu, they were able to get the eliminations here that they needed to get themselves up and running in terms of eliminations, 2 defeats. And now I can remember the team that won it yesterday. It was AKAZAYA, that one Maldivian team that actually was able to secure chicken dinner in the final match of yesterday. But right now we can see the zone shifting from the middle is going to favor the shelter area. So right now most of the teams not even inside the zone. We can see about 4 or 5 teams currently inside the zone. The teams that are inside the zone would be some teams from MAKPEN. We can see KSC, B2R, EQC, and now VE. They're going to hold their position, but most of these teams, we just saw all the teams literally get into the vehicle. The drivers, the steering wheel icons just tripled, and right now all the teams rotating in towards the zone, trying to take a position as fast as they possibly can they are not wasting a second here. Right now, shelter getting occupied. Now in the northern side, we can see MAKPEN also getting shot. More shots there, occupying an area. But right now, in the middle of the rotation, SDMZ, they are going to be up against TGR right now. This is not good considering that they are not outside the zone, but the other teams rotating around. Obi-Wan knocking out a player here, but right now we can see the reply back coming in from TGR. Jade picking up the elimination of Obi-Wan. Right now TGR getting the shots of Zahu, replying back for SDMC. So this is a back and forth situation here between TGR getting eliminated out of the match, but right now VE TM7 find themselves in the middle of it all, and they unfortunately have a man down here because they have joined only with the 3-man roster. So it's gonna be really difficult for them to take fights considering the enemy team has a 4-man roster here. And right now SDMC, they do have that. Right now we have OneBlood Neo as well trying to reply back, and he gets the elimination. Zahu goes down, and right now Doom we can see getting into the action as well. This is one team that is outside the zone currently, and I think that they won't need to spend much longer outside the zone here. We can see that Lucifer is going to try his best to confirm that elimination. We can see Dax unfortunately knocked out there, and right now SDMC Esports, even with the 3-man roster, VE TM7 says it does not matter. We are going to eliminate you and pick up 4 eliminations here to start us off. We can break the team with 3-man roster even. But right now, AKAZAYA, this is Molly trying to knock out a Neo and end his dreams here. Yeah, he goes down. And that is OneBlood getting eliminated out of this match right now. So along this rotation, JLo, a lot of fighting happening with the rotation. So I think that is going to be a turning point in this match. Just how well the teams can rotate and pick fights along with the rotations that they take.
Absolutely. So we can see the teams are rotating to mostly towards the edge of the zone rather than the center per se compared to the previous match. Well, they've got different strategies being played out because the previous day we saw how the teams were able to play within the mid of the circle, but this time the strategies are totally different. Well, it has to be because of their drive that they have to play out perfectly today compared to yesterday. Well, they might have considered it as just a mere warm-up, I would say. So let's see, guys. We do see there could be some potential clashes with the TM7s over here. Let's see if they're gonna take the fight or will they be staying ahead. I mean, the AKAZAYA is coming straight into the TM7's lair over here. Feels like Molly came in just for a quick scout to let them know that there's a team right here. Right, so with that, guys, in a blink of an eye, we are down to just 12 teams. Did you notice that, Josh? Just 12 teams now. I mean, compared to yesterday, the matches were literally being dragged. So this itself is a clear indication that the teams are not playing it out there safely today. They are being super aggressively, and they want to get the teams down as much as they can to ensure that they would stay ahead of the game. So if you take a look at the close leaderboard, we can see most of the teams were able to secure a lot of elimination points. You can see the leaderboard, the very top stands, VE as well as S13. Here comes Max. Oh, look at that, AZU in his last HP as well. Right, so Admiral Eddie, I feel like Eddie has, yep, and down goes Eddie, guys. So moving on to RLXs, what just happened here? Last man standing will be Omega. So Omega will need to play it really safe here, guys, and with just 35 seconds for the zone to enclose into stage 5. Now, stage 5, we are all aware that how critical damaging it could be. Right, so we got EQZs over here and the VEs as well. Now, would you look at that? Almost all of the teams were able to get into the mid of the zone right away. So here's a spray going against the positions over here by EQZs. However, he has to note, I mean, he is out in the open, so he has to make sure that he stays within safe locations. And Sacha over here, VE, last man standing, would he be able to revive his teammates in time? And yes, he does. Right, so with that, guys, the Mafia has been eliminated, and we're down to just 11 teams and 35 remaining. NRC's Susti has been eliminated early on itself. Right, so here we can see a rush going against ANTEIKU's. And with that, guys, last man standing, Omega has been taken out. So that leads to with just 10 teams and 34 remaining. Lucifer nading towards Shafu and Shafu nading towards Lucy as well. And here it is, guys. Let's see if he's able to get a knock over here. Almost had him. And Lucifer comes in straight for a rush against Shafu and got down towards Lucifer. Amazing SLK shot over there. Right, so mind you, guys, we are enclosing into stage 5 in a couple of seconds. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so with that, team AT has been taken out and we are down to 9 teams. So Josh, what do you think is going to happen? Who do you feel like might be able to secure the chicken dinner for the match number 2 for day 2?
Yeah, it's definitely a toss-up by the current number 1, 2, and 3 here. We can see ISSLNRC, S13, EQC. They will definitely look to take the chicken dinner here just to create that gap, make it difficult for all the other teams that are playing right now to actually, you know, climb up the leaderboard, make it really difficult to get into that podium positions here. Right now, we can see VE, one of the teams that are coming back. They did a spectacular performance in Sandhawk, picking up so many eliminations, but right now we can see them doing the same here, picking up 7 eliminations already off the bat. This is the surge that they need for their comeback here. We can see that right now they are up in 7th position and they will look to surpass Skyforce AKAZAYA. It's possible, definitely, if they just survive. That's all they need to do here. They have the starts there. All they need to do is just convert their starts into placement points as well. Right now, picking up eliminations in the start is definitely important, but you know, making sure that they keep the momentum going into the final few zones here. Right now, stage 5 is going to be really important. This will make or break the teams, because ladies and gentlemen, the placement point starts now, and whoever gets the advantage in the stage 5 zone will definitely come out on top here. Definitely there is a chance for most of these teams here to pick up so many placement points, and even possibly the chicken dinner as well, with so many eliminations there to be taken. So right now we can see LFEQC, they are currently outside of the zone still. They will have to find a position inside the zone, but right now, as we can see, VE ISSLNRC, they have to find a position inside the zone, but unfortunately here we have Sacha getting knocked in the most crucial stage. Right now we have Vicky also getting knocked. Now Dima is going to be the last player standing here for VE Esports, and he has to do something. He is going to try his best to survive here, and look at that, he is doing exactly that, picking out a position which is much exposed here. And right now we have Maha from LF AKAZAYA getting the brunt. Mafia S13, now they are up to 5 eliminations. They will take a position inside the zone. Right now, stage 6 presents itself, and look at that. Dima, I think, is the last player standing, and he is going to have a nice little center position here inside the zone. But right now, talking about the other teams that are outside the zone, we can see the library jam-packed, absolutely jam-packed here now. This is Admiral and his buddy here, Ezio, with VE to SDMZ trying to do something here. Right now, the shots coming in from Pasta and MAKPEN. They get some eliminations right now. They were searching for it, but now they pick them up. VE to SDMZ getting eliminated out in the 7th position. So right, the stage 6 is going to close in 30 seconds. So everything has to move fast here for most of these teams. Right now, KSG B2R, they have 4-man roster, really important in the open area in an open area zone like this way. They have to manipulate and they have to try and, you know, spread out as much as possible and not let any of these teams take advantages in this open area zone. Right now we can see Panda with 3 eliminations and Error with 1. Aslan, the new addition to KSG B2R, he has to be amongst the kills in just a bit. We are seeing him for the first time. Unfortunately, he was not available yesterday, so it's going to be really interesting to see what he brings to the team, what sort of dynamic and what sort of performance he brings. There we go. He's picking up his first elimination, so this is what he needs. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that zone on the top right hand side of your screen. It is absolutely full of players spraying and praying for a knock, and then praying that they don't get knocked out themselves. Because right now we have Nigesh outside of the zone trying to clear a path inside. Now we can see him and his previous team. He's looking for some eliminations against KSJB2R, but he's not finding it right now. Stage 7 is going to say, yeah, when I'm not giving you support any longer, I'm just going to go to where nobody is. And look at that, the zone is centered towards an area where there's literally no players even inside right now. We can see VE, they get eliminated at the 5th position. Finally, the last man getting eliminated. And right now, the top 4 teams here, S13, AKAZAYA, B2R, and MAKPEN, looking to get the winner chicken dinner here. All of these players here, S13 and AKAZAYA, they have a chicken dinner under the belt, but B2R and MAKPEN, they will be searching for their first in this Deep GamerNet Master Paid grind.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we see that we have 4 teams left, guys. S13, AKZ, B2R, and MAKPEN. Now, almost all of the teams are either duo or it's solo play. So this is gonna be absolutely hard. But then again, if you are a solo, then that's absolutely disadvantage for you. And we can see MAKPEN on kill being knocked out and eliminated early on. So MAKPEN having a solo man as well, and the B2R, which is 2 people, I think they might have the upper hand over here. Let's see how it's going to be played out, guys. And down goes Molly. Down goes Molly. So with that team, AKAZAYA has been taken out, and we are down to last 3 teams. Would be S13, B2R, or the MAKPENs. And down goes B2R's Aslan as well. And simultaneously, the team had been taken off is MAKPEN by B2Rs. So we just got 2 teams left, guys. B2Rs, or would it be the S13s? And beautiful spray, a solid spray by B2Rs. Well done, guys. Well done. So here you have it, guys. Your champion of match 2 for day 2 of DGN's Master Paid grind. Let's give it up one more time for S13s. So they were able to. I was kind of predicting, Josh, that they were able to somehow, rise above the chaos and stick with their same momentum that they had yesterday. Right, so let's give it up one more time for KSGB2R. Well done and well played, team. Keeping up with the same momentum as yesterday. Amazing. Right, so let's move on to the winning team stats. Right, so you can see the DGN's Master Paid grind match 8 winners. KSG Error with 1 elimination, Panda with 4 eliminations, Scout 0, and Aslan with 3 eliminations. So there you have it, guys. Your winning teams, winning team stats. Let's move on to the next. Right, so moving on to the match summary, we can see 77 eliminations, 18 knockouts, 9,958 total healing, 6 grenade eliminations, 52 assists, and 0 vehicle eliminations. Somewhat comparatively better to the previous match, given that we did see how aggressive almost all of the teams were. So moving on to your head-to-head comparison between B2Rs and AKZ, we can see in terms of damage, of course, B2R holds the upper hand with 1,941 damage, and the eliminations, of course, AKAZAYA holding the upper ground with 10 eliminations in total and 8 for B2R. So that leads to a total of 18 points for B2R and 14 for AKAZAYA. So obviously B2R does have the upper hand in terms of the total points, given that considering the factors pointed out here. Right, so let's move on to the next one. Right, so let's give it up for AKAZAYA Molly. Amazing. Talk about girl power over here. So we've got 7 eliminations, 1,178 damage, 1 assist, 4 knocks, and 240 healings. Well done, Molly. Amazing. Right, so let's move on to the next stat. Right, so moving on to your top players for match 8. At the very top stands Molly with 7 eliminations, Zima with 7, Panda with 4, and MAKPEN Yeti with 3, and Aslan with 3. So there you have it, guys. Your top players for DJ's Master Paid grind match 8. Let's give it up one more time for Molly, Zima, Panda, Yeti, and Aslan. Well played, guys. Right, so moving on to your match rankings, at the very top stands B2R with 18 points, AKAZAYA with 14, VE Sports with 13, S13 with 12, MAKPEN with 11, TN7 with 8, Victory X with 5, OneBlood Esports with 4, EQZ likewise, ISSL NRC's Mavericks and ANTEIKU with 3 each, SDMZ Mafia Gang Skyforce and 2D with 2 each, RLX TGR and DEFCON with 1 each, and Mafia Gang OG with 0 points. Better luck next time, guys. We do have a couple of more matches left to be played out. So, Josh will do the honors of reviewing the overall standings. Josh?
Yeah, thank you, JLo. So right now we can see another upset yet again. The overall standings are going to be ever changing. S13 ISSL NRC in a battle for the ages here. S13 picking up some points here to go past ISSL NRC. 89 points now for S13 ISSL NRC with 82, EQC with 74, AKAZAYA with 66, RLX with 62, B2R. They come up and they are going to be at the 6th position with 58 points now. VE, they are finding their momentum, which is really good for them. They were at the 12th position coming into this second day, but right now they find themselves up at the 7th position with 56 points. Skyforce dropping down a bit with 54. MAKPEN with 76, finding momentum. VX, however, starting off really strong yesterday, they find themselves at the 10th position, trying to give a comeback. TM7 with 45, OneBlood with 39, Mavericks with 37, Mafia with 33, TGR with 32, DEFCON with 28, ANTEIKU with 27, 2D Rebound with 27, SDMZ, they are coming up out of the 18th, out of after the last position here, and we can see OG, they dropped down to the 20th position, which is not good at all. That's not what they want here. But yeah, SDMZ, they are finally making a comeback here in the DGN Master Paid Grind match number 8 here. Ladies and gentlemen, 2 matches have been completed. We have 4 remaining for you today, and it's going to be the Miramar up next year. One of my favorite maps here. We'll see how good will these players be? How good will these players be on your screen right now? Mafia Rios with 18 eliminations, Lucifer with 16, KSG Scout B2R with 15 eliminations, was part of the winning team, but couldn't get many eliminations in this match here, but he will be looking in the next couple of matches. Definitely Dima making an appearance here from VE with 15 eliminations, carrying the squad right now in terms of the eliminations. And there we have it, RLX Omega completing the overall top players list with 14 eliminations. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the players that you should be watching out for in these next 4 matches coming into day 2. Right, so we have completed the first 2 matches for today. ISSL NRC coming back strongly here, getting a chicken dinner yesterday and starting off very strongly here today with a 25-point chicken dinner in Sanhok. And right now we see KSGB2 are also winning their first match here in the DGamerNet Master Paid Grind here. So yeah, the momentum on their side, definitely when they go into the Miramar match, guys. Match number 9 is going to be on the way here very, very shortly here. And it's, yeah, as I said, one of my favorite maps that I love to witness. The terrain, the desert, the rocks, everything to play for here. The weird housing patterns as well. Most of these teams will look to take an advantage here in this Miramar match to start us off in the second day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are joining us now, please do like and subscribe to the channel and leave your thoughts, your predictions on what you think will happen in this next Miramar match. But we have to take a short break to get all of these players up and ready for the next match. So yeah, don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
All right, so welcome back, guys, to Dude's Master Paid Grind Day 2. Now, we obviously saw how, the previous match was played out by the winning team. Of course, let's give it up for S13s. Now, we will be moving straight into Miramar, where long range fights and brutal ridges separate the good from the god tier. With zones this open and the terrains are definitely going to be rough. So, it's not about your gun, it's about your game sense. Let's dive straight into the sandstorm. I am JLo, and along with my co-caster would be Josh. Now let's see who would be able to secure the chicken dinner early on. Do drop your early predictions and let us know which team you are rooting for. The hype is quite low in the live chat, to be honest. I mean, other than a couple of fakes coming up, but we would love to see y'all talking. I mean, hyping up your relevant teams here. Come on, guys, we need to bring the hype up. It's quite lacking over here. Right, so let's see, guys. Who do you think would be able to walk away with the third chicken dinner for the day? So we can see the plane pathway has already been created all the way from La Cabrera to Parthona. Now we can see a lot of teams are heading towards the northern side of the pathway, and I feel like there could be some early clashes around in ruins. We can see GGs and the DEFCONs landing right onto one another and about in La Cabrera as well. And El Pozo, most likely not. I feel like there's just going to be one team, exactly. There's going to be just one team landing straight onto El Pozo, and there could be some clashes amongst Chumacera as well. So let's see who would be able to get the first knock and the first kill early on. You can see a lot of teams are heading towards the safe zone. The first zone has already been established, and a lot of teams are heavily rotating towards the mid of the zone. Obviously, in a map like Miramar, you need to ensure that your gaming sense, your strategy is pulled out to the best, because Miramar is a very unpredictable map. I mean, especially we've got Lucifer with his mini 14 shots as well, so you're never gonna know when you're gonna snipe that. You can see the first knock and the first elimination has been created against ANTEIKUs by EQZs over here. Let's see if it's going to be ANTEIKUs or will it be the EQZs. A rush coming towards straight into Shafu. Where are his teammates though? Alright, so here comes Storm against Shafu. Shafu is quarter of his health. Storm in his last HP as well. Down goes perfect. A perfect cover by Shafu's team member over here. Storm in his last HP. The very last HP. Let's see, guys. It's going to be a situation between ANTEIKUs versus EQZs and a revive happening simultaneously. Mafia is going against the 1Bs. However, none of the teams have been taken down early on itself. But, and here comes a spray against Sifu. None of the bullets connecting to Sifu. So Shafu rushing straight into Storm. Let's see, will it be Storm or will it be Shafu? And Sifu looking right behind Shafu. And one Haida coming straight into Tifu's lair as well. Now, this is a critical moment for Shafu. He is in an absolute sandwich moment. One wrong move and he will be the down, and down goes Shafu, guys. So that was the end for Shafu. That leads to just two members of ANTEIKU to save the day or leave the day. Let's see, guys. And we can see one. Ooh, would you look at that? Toxicity. All right, all right. Right, so I feel like the first team to be eliminated is Mafia OGs, and we're down to 19 teams with just 74 alive. So at the top of the leaderboard stands 1B with 4 eliminations already. And here comes the rush strike. ANTEIKUs against Sifu, and down goes Sifu, guys. He comes perfect along with it. Let's see, would it be ANTEIKUs or would it be? And down goes one Hater, guys. The last man standing for ANTEIKU. Would he be able to save the day? Would he be able to avenge his friend's death? And confirming the kill over here, one Haida. So we know how perfect Code Ein was. Code Ein was really perfect yesterday as a solo player as well. And here comes the rush for Code, and down goes Code Ein, guys. So with that, the second team to be eliminated early on would be ANTEIKUs. So that leads to a total of 4 elimination points for EQZs to secure. And moving on to Pecado, we feel like, yep, there's definitely going to be a clash here between AKAZAYAs as well. AKAZAYAs and KSG B2Rs. So I feel like none of the teams are actually going to, face one another anytime sooner. Well, let's see, guys. In about 4 minutes left for the zone to enclose into stage 2, and a spray going against Panda B2R. They're trying to play it safe around here, guys, but at the same time, they're very aggressive as well, not backing out. They want to take the fight head on first. Right, so we're down to just 18 teams and 71 remaining, guys. Let's see which team would be taken down next. I am rooted, solely rooted onto this fight that's about to happen in Pecado. We got Maha as well. We obviously did see what sort of girl power Maha was able to bring into the table yesterday. It was amazing. Right, so yep, back onto being on full face mode. We can see AKAZAYA's Ruby being taken out. Panda in his last HP here as well. Right, so let's see, guys, who would be able to climb above the KOs in day 2 of DGN's Master Paid Grind. We're still in match 3, and we do have three more matches left to be played out. So the favors are odd. I mean, we will never know which team would be able to rise above the leaderboard and secure more elimination points, more placement points. Nades are being thrown. Every possible utility that could be utilized is being thrown to ensure that they get the perfect execution over there. Right, so we can see almost all of the teams, B2Rs and the AKAZAYAs, are literally standing, holding on to their compounds, making sure that the minute that they say a movement, that's when they're going to target their opponent. So it feels like, there's not going to be a fight anytime sooner here, given that both of the teams are trying to play it safe around here. And we can see GG is going against the DEFCONs over here, already securing 1 elimination point, and down goes Maxa by La. And here it is, guys, another knock against Dudley, Wolf Dudley. The 2 of the team members are knocked out. Last man standing here, Mari. Let's see what sort of gameplay Mari is about to play out here, guys. Coming in straight in for a rush, regardless, knowing that he is the last man here. Having a nade on his hand as well. Let's see if he's able to connect the nade in time, or would it be the end for DEFCON? Feels like, he was not able to connect the nade. So he should have either gotten masked up or else, played safely. But then again, look at that, guys. 2,000 meters left for him to get into the zone as well. This is absolutely insane. But thank God the zone isn't that critical. We're still in stage 1. So I feel like a rush is going to happen to DEFCON's last man standing. Let's see, guys, would it be the GGs or would it be the DEFCONs? I literally feel the pressure that Mari is having right now, given that, he has to fight against 4 players over here. And with that, guys, Massa has been eliminated. So Mari is all on his own right now. I think the GGs are not quite certain as to where Mari could be. And Mari is not giving any footstep either, trying to play it safe around here, guys. Let's see, guys, the team members. Ooh, now they know where Mari could be at. And here comes a utility being thrown straight into Mari's whereabouts, and down goes Mari, guys. So GG2D is playing pretty aggressive over here early on. You can see there's eliminated four eliminations here, and we are down to 17 teams with just 67 remaining. Josh, what do you think about this?
Yeah, as we can see right now, Pecado area, we know that all of these teams, there's some beautiful AKM shots from Panda coming into the AKM-4X, a difficult gun, but put that on single tap and it becomes a death machine here. And right now, KSC B2 are still going at it against LF AKAZAYA. And these 2 teams, they are very well known for coming to this top location and battling it out here because you
Right, so guys, we can see B2Rs overlooking into AKAZAYAs over here. Let's see, guys, would it be AKAZAYAs or will it be the B2Rs that will be able to make it out alive from the chaos that's about to happen in Pecado. Do drop your early predictions and let us know which team you are rooting for so we can see AKAZAYA. Feels like they could be rushing towards the B2Rs if I'm not mistaken. Right, so we can see AKAZAYA holding on to their compound still, and so is the B2Rs. I don't think a flight would happen anytime sooner, but let's see, with just 2 minutes left for the zone to conclude to stage 3 as well. However, AKAZAYA somehow need to get into the safe zone as well. So let's see how it's going to be played out, guys. Feels like they are backing out early on. It's still stagnant with 17 teams and just 67 remaining, however. So if you take a closer look at the leaderboard, we can see AQZ and ONEBLOOD and 2D standing at the top of the leaderboard with 4 points each. And the rest of the teams are having 0, but however, they might be able to secure more elimination points once the circle starts getting shrinking, and especially when we hit stage 4 or either stage 5, that's when the real game is about to start, especially in a map like Miramar. You're gonna have it all, guys. Right, so not many fights are gonna happen anytime sooner, given that we are still in stage 2, and the dimension of the map is pretty large compared to the previous ones. Yep, Josh, what do you think about this?
Yeah, as I was saying before, sorry, my connection has a bit of issues right now. Of course, reaching that very tragic 12 p.m. mark here, 10 o'clock in Sri Lanka right now. That's when the internet always gets a bit stuffy here, but right now we are back, and we just saw, as I was saying, the KSD B2R and LF AKAZAYA, they were at Pecado, but right now I'm pretty sure the zone has shifted outside. So we saw AKAZAYA taking a rotation outside of Pecado, trying to avoid that fight as much as possible here, because they were getting knocked out here too many times from B2R. But yeah, let's see what are we going to witness here right now. We can see ONEBLOOD Esports going up against it at with LF's EQZ right now, and it looks like Bradley, he's full in form right now with 1 elimination, but we're witnessing Neo trying to do something with his M416 right now, but he does not realize that the rotations are going to come out from LFEQC. They are going to reposition and rethink of what they can do in terms of this fight. But right now we can see AKAZAYA coming out from the Pecado area, and right now ONEBLOOD Esports, they will look to take the fight with them now. And as we can see, Neo getting into the vehicle, and right now the shots coming in from it looks like Manu up on the rock there. We can see a player here, I think Molly, getting shot up quite a bit here, and she's down to the last few HP right now. And the first aid comes in, she's healed up here, and we can see Maya now. Maha, sorry. She has come out and taken an off angle here just to make it really hard on ONEBLOOD here right now. We can see that Ruby is also coming in from this side, trying to take the high ground, trying to take the advantage, and there we go. AKAZAYA Mahu taking the first knock here, and that is really unfortunate. ONEBLOOD did not need the first knock to go their way. Now Bradley in a tough position, and there we go. Mahu 6-9 with the second knock. Right now Kavya is trying to do something. The third knock goes down. Kavya coming out, but there we go, ladies and gentlemen, a squad wipe from Mahu here against ONEBLOOD Esports. What a performance there, just with the UMP. Look at those good crates. All of them going down with the UMP. Mahu on fire here. 1v4 against ONEBLOOD Esports. What an incredible performance there to start things off. They were finding it difficult in Pecado, but Mahu said, let's take the rotation, and 1v4 ONEBLOOD. It's just that simple. It's just that easy. LF AKAZAYA in form right now, and they will definitely have the momentum here going into the next stage of this Miramar map. And it's so important that most of these teams actually try their best and do their best on the Miram map, because it is going to be the map where some of these teams. Oh my goodness! I thought that there was no one inside that jeep there. No, there was, and it just started going backwards. But yeah, just as I was saying, it's really important for most of these teams to capitalize on their own synergy and their own, way that they play the game together, because Miramar, it's a really tough map if you don't have the team synergy. And many of these teams like LF AKAZAYA, Mahiu and his squad here, they've been playing together for a while. They can use that and potentially upset maybe teams like OneBlood, because we can see that they are taking new players. They're yet to find their groove here in big paid tournaments like this way. So yeah, definitely they can use it to their advantage and come back really strongly. Right now, we can say, yeah, uh, so much happening in the live chat right now. This is really nice to see what's happening. But yeah, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, just something that I want to point out. Uh, Everyone tries to come in and pick beef here with the commentators, but we are literally just watching and learning what players better than us actually are able to do. And right now, I think that's what most of the people that are watching the live stream should be doing, gaining points, gaining tips and tricks on how to maybe make it into a league like this way first up, before, watching the live and, trying to pick beef with the commentators. I think that's something that I would be doing if I was a keyboard warrior in these live chats here. So yeah, as we can see right now, ISSL NRC, we can see that they are trying to pick a fight right now. Jimmy missing elimination there. There was a knocked out player, but I don't think he realized it right now. And we can see that, yeah, ISSL NRC, they are not able to pick up these eliminations. Unfortunately, Molly on the rotation yet again, ladies and gentlemen, we can see a lot of fighting happening off the rotations here. And that's going to be something that all of these players need to fix, keep their squad, keep their integrity when it comes to rotating inside of the zone. Now, see, this is really a big disadvantage for LF Akasaya, because they have lost a player here. But Mahiu, the momentum guy for LF Akasaya, he can keep the momentum up for this. For this remainder of the match, because right now we can see that Lucifer, he has one elimination already for ISSL NRC. So yeah, keeping the momentum here. Now ISSL NRC in this position, currently 7 points down, S13's position, and they definitely got it back. So they were trailing quite a bit yesterday, but right now we saw an upset. In the first match, Sandhawk, they were able to get the chicken dinner and surpass S13, but S13, they came back here. And right now we can see Vicky finding it difficult here, struggling. Shimmy with the Mini 14 and 8x getting the elimination of Vicky. And right now TLQ Victory X wasting no time at all, coming to help Hexa here for the fight that we are witnessing right now. We can see that Sacha, he's going to go into his vehicle, try and rotate around, try and switch his position, because right now Hexa with the Scarrel, unfortunately, was too late to get shots off here. And right now Dima as well, getting really, really low HP. And ladies and gentlemen, VE Esports, the team that was trying to make a comeback right now in a very tough position in this third Miramar match, as we can see over here right now, the nade coming in from Hexa, Jimmy also getting into the action here. But right now, this is Victory X trying to do something here right now. Shimmy with the shots here with the M416, unfortunately couldn't get the damage that he needed right now, and it's unfortunate for VE Esports here. Really bad performance there. I think it was not what VE intended to do, and yeah, it was just a bad performance throughout. There's no saving that. There's no way I can sugarcoat it. But it is going to be a regroup session for VE Esports. It's really important that they keep the consistency, given that they have a really good position right now in this the master paid grind right now. They are at 7th position, 56 points total, but we might see some table turners right now, an upset happening here in this Miramar match. What do you think about that, Sheila?
Well, I'm so sorry. I was quite distracted. The live chat, to be honest. I mean, anyone can throw shade from the shadows, but it takes real skill to keep up with a live lobby and bring the heat. So sit back, sip your juice, and maybe take some notes. And call me when your KD is higher than your ego. Right. So let's move on to straight back into action over here. We can see ISSL spraying right into the AKAZAYAs over here, with just 13 teams remaining, guys. Let's see who's gonna make it out alive of this chaos that's about to happen now. ISSLs better be very vigilant about their surroundings, given that any moment there could be a team lurking behind them or towards them, because they are out in the open as well, and there's no literal compounds, and they need to ensure that they go straight into the zone as well. So moving on to TM7s over here, we can see they've already secured 2 elimination points early on itself. And Skyforce is going against the B2Rs. Let's see, guys. Let's take a closer view into what is happening. And the TM7s literally lurking around as to where the RLXs are at. Feels like they are targeting very directly into the RLX's layer. Right, so let's see, just 20 seconds left for the zone train closer into stage 5, guys. We are hitting the critical zone, and here we go, guys. TN7 getting third-partied by the B2Rs whilst they were busy lurking straight into the RLS's layer, and ISSL going against AKAZAYAs as well. TGRs against the AKAZAYAs as well, like predicted, guys, as predicted. Stage 5, stage 4 is definitely the critical stage where the zone is shrinking, and almost all of the teams are getting closer to one another. And with that, team AKAZAYA has been eliminated. So we're down to 12 teams still, and just 38 remaining, guys. Who do you think would be able to walk away with the third chicken dinner? Do drop your early predictions and let us know which team you are rooting for. Bring the hype up in the live chat. Right, so with that, guys, Team Victory X has been eliminated as well, and we are down to 11 teams with just 33 remaining, and a minute left for the zone to end closing to stage 6. We can see Mafia gangs going against the MAVERICKS over here, and the last man Swaggy, and down goes Swaggy by ISSLNRCs from the left side of the angle. And with that, guys, Team EQZ has been taken down, and we are remaining with just 9 teams and 30 alive. And look at that, guys, teams are literally being eliminated left and right, and with that, MAVERICKS has also been taken off. And we got the TGRs. I mean, look at that. Skyforces are literally out in the open, guys. Now, the TGRs obviously have more advantage given that they are in higher grounds, and they are safe in the safe zone as well. With that, guys, Team Skyforce has also been eliminated, and blink of an eye, we are down to just 7 teams. And we can see MAKPEN shifting towards the right of B2Rs. And if we take a closer look at the leaderboard, we can see at the very top stands ISSLNRC with 7 elimination points, B2Rs with 6, and S13s with 5. So following it up with TGR and MAFIA as well. MAKPENs better be doing something because they're still at 0 points. However, I feel like once the zone starts shrinking even further, that's when they're gonna hit it completely aggressive. And as predicted, guys, here comes a knock by Caesar. Perfect, and Hatsa getting a knock here as well, and down goes KSDB towards, and would you look at that, from 0 straight into 4 elimination points. But well played, MAKPENs, well played. Right, so Caesar definitely needs to get into the zone. Almost did, and down he goes because of the zone. Down goes Pasta as well. So it is up to OnKill, last man standing for MAKPEN to save the day, guys. Let's see, we are down to 16s, and here it is. ISSLNRC is going head straight with Mafia gang over here. Let's see who will be able to walk away. And here comes the rush by Jimmy and also Susi with a nade. Let's see if he's able to connect the nade towards the position. 2 men standing, 2v3, or would it be a 3v2, guys? I am super excited. With just 50 seconds left for the zone to close in as well. A revive happening simultaneously. Cyrex, unfortunately, has to be eliminated. Down goes Joker by Jimmy, last man standing. And what a switch was there. What a switch was there. What the hell happened? All right, absolutely amazing. And with that, ISSLNRC was taken down, and Team S13 has also been taken down. So we are down to final four teams: RLX, MAKPEN, TGRs, and Mafia. Now, obviously, RLXs have the upper hand given that they have four manpower, and whereas TGR, MAKPEN, Mafia either have either one solo or just two or three members alive. However, TGRs do have a chance as well, given that all four of their members are alive. Let's see, guys. If I'm not mistaken, our Alexis are given a probability of 34% of winning a chicken dinner. MAKPEN with 6%, TGR with 40%, and Mafia with 20%. Here comes a knock, and down goes on kill. Last man for MAKPEN. With that, we are down to just three teams: RLX, TGR, Mafia. Bring the hype up, guys, in the live chat. Who do you think might be able to bring the third chicken dinner home? Right. So obviously, RLXs and TGRs have the upper hand here, given that all four of the members are alive, and Mafia gang better play it safe. And down goes TGR's Jade by, and here it is a rush by Shizo against TGR, and simultaneously RLX is going against TGRs as well. TGRs are literally in the middle of both either teams, and they're literally being sandwiched over here, guys. Blink of an eye, and it is the end for TGRs, and here comes the nade by Thad. We obviously know how Tad is really good with his nading skills. And last man standing for TGR as well. Let's see what sort of strategy is going to be pulled out by Luffy. I don't think the Mafia gang is really aware that Luffy stands. And down goes Tad. Amazing play by Shizo. Right, so Josh, I am super excited. Who do you think might be able to take the chicken dinner early on for match 3?
Yeah, I think RLX is finally getting a grip here right now. There we go. TGR goes down. That would have been my guess. But now we can see RLX with a four-man roster here going up against Mafia gang with a two-man roster. It's a 3v2 situation that we are going to witness here to end off Miramar and end off the halfway stage here in day 2. But right now we can see that no team is moving right now. They need to create an advantage from somewhere, this Mafia gang, because right now RLX, they do have the higher chance here. 56% going towards them and only 44% going towards Mafia gang. So it has to be a Mafia gang that has to create the advantage from their position that they are in right now. Because we can see Omega will try and take the off angle, definitely try and throw some nades here, use the vehicles to try and create a distraction or to create something here, because the zone even is not going to help them at all. We can see a player from RLX Evil 68 going forward, but right now that's the advantage that Mafia gang needed. One player getting knocked now, Evil goes down, and the elimination might come here in just a second. Now it's going to be RLX that has to make the aggressive play here, because they lose their only advantage that they have right now in terms of Evil. This is really unfortunate here, but right now 5 and Omega, they have to create something, and Omega, it looks like they will do that. But right now he looks to take the revive, but now Omega comes in with the UMP, he takes the knock, and Shitso goes down. And now it's up to Joker against RLX to do something over here. 1v2 situation right now. Evil is going to bleed out, but no, just before RLX, Omega taking the revive right now. 5 is shooting up here, and he takes the 1v1. No, it's going to be Omega coming up out of the revive, and he will take the 1v1, a nice little 1v2 there to end things off here for Omega, and Mafia gang goes down. RLX winning their first chicken dinner of the Div Gamernet Master Paid Grind. So many new winners here. We can see straight away in the second day now, RLX, they hop into the action here and they get a chicken dinner right now. If I am not mistaken, I'm completely sorry if RLX have won a match yesterday. I probably slipped my memory, but right now they have definitely won the Miramar match here. What a performance by Omega just to take the 1v2 in the final situation, and 5 as well to keep the pressure there. RLX take the Miramar match, one of the hardest maps to conquer. It is theirs, and RLX have come out on top here in a wonderful fashion, right? So we can see that Tabs getting 2 eliminations with 506 damage. Omega with a beautiful 1v2 there to secure 5 eliminations, 775 damage. 5 with 0 eliminations. However, he was the key player there, kept the pressure, kept the momentum going for RLX, especially in that last fight there. And Evil did his job for the team. Initiated the final fight to take place there. Unfortunately, he got knocked, but he did his job for the team. 76 eliminations, 75 knockouts, 9,003 total healings. A bit low for Miramar. 4 grenade eliminations, 47 assists, and the road rage begins here. 3 eliminations in this match summary for the Game and X Masters paid grind here for match number 9.
All right, amazing match stats so far, guys. So let's see, moving on to your head-to-head comparison between RLX and Mafia Gang. We can see in terms of damage, of course, Mafia Gang holds the upper hand with a total of 1,942 damage. Similarly, knocks 8 and eliminations 8. That leads to a total points of 14 for Mafia Gang. However, RLX is dominating with a total of 17 points over here. We can see just a matter of just 3 points gap. And moving on to your most valuable player, let's give it up one more time for VE ISSL Jimmy. With a total of 6 eliminations, 777 damage, and 1 assist, 4 knocks, and 21 heals. Great job. Well played, Jimmy. Right, so let's move on to your next spot. The top players for match 9 at the top very stands Jimmy with a total of 6 eliminations, Omega with 5 eliminations, Snake with 4 eliminations, Drax with 4 eliminations, and Mahu with 5 eliminations. Well done, guys. Well played. Let's give it up one more time for your top players of match 9. Jimmy, Omega, Snake, Drax, and Mahu. Now, moving on to your match rankings for match 9. At the very top stands RLX with a total of 17 points. Mafia Gang with 14, TGRs with 12, ISSLNRC with 10, MAKPEN S13 with 8, B2R with 7, AKAZAYA with 6, ONEBLOOD and MAVERICKS and 2Ds with 5, TM7Z QZs with 4, MAVERICKS, Skyforce, and ANTEIKU with 1, SDMZ, whoops, alright, never mind. Moving straight on to your overall standings. At the very top stands S13 with 97 points, ISSLNRC with 92 points, RLX with 79, EQZ with 78, AKAZAYA with 72, V2Rs with 65, VEs with 56, MAKPENs with 55, likewise Skyforce, VX with 51, TN7 49, MAFIA with 47, TGRs and ONEBLOOD with 44, Mavericks with 38, 2D with 32, ATs with 28, likewise for DEFCON, SDMZ with 18, and OGs with 16. Amazingly well played, guys. Now, would you look at these points and how the tables were able to shift back and forth, amazing. Right, so there you have it, guys, your overall standings so far. We do have 3 more maps left to play out, so let's see who would be able to dominate those as well. Now, moving on to your overall top players for your DG and Master Paid grind. At the very top still stands Rios with a total of 20 eliminations, Lucifer with 17, Omega with 19, Scout with 19, and Revo with 12. The same people so far. Let's give it up one more time for Rios, Lucifer, Omega, Scout, and Revo. Well done, guys. Well played. Keep it up. Right, so we can see match 7 literally being divided by ISSLNRC with a total of 25 points. B2R is following up with 18 points, and RLX is following it up one more time with 17 points. So we do have 3 maps left to play, guys. We do have Erangel coming up next. Miramar. And, the winning team definitely climbed those hills like absolute predators and wiped every angle clean. So before we gear up straight into Erangel, Joe and Jay will definitely head on to a quick short break, and we will definitely come back to bring you the live action.
Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Deep Game and Net Master Paid Grind here. We have witnessed now 3 matches so far. We are at the halfway stage here, and we have definitely been entertained. But some people would say that they have been entertained by the live chat more than they have been entertained by the players playing here. So, yeah, now we can see in the live chat we have XLX saying that if this is your trade, you have to expect hate and sarcasm comes with the job description, which is absolutely true. But sometimes it's just funny, to rouse people up, get the live chat going, because sometimes casting this is really boring. If you don't know these guys, yeah, sometimes us casters watching the game can be boring. So we might just rile up the live chat just to, make us not like maybe fall asleep even. But yeah, right now talking about the game, we can see that the flight path has gone from Jazapool over to the Nova side, and we can see the first zone presented itself, right? So it's gone towards the western side now. We can see that not many of the wranglers have favored the western side. They've favored more towards the eastern side and maybe towards the southern side of the map, as we saw a beautiful place by NRC as well yesterday. We saw them, actually it was S13 that won the match, but we saw some beautiful plays from the south side of the map as well, near the western ridge. Then we saw, even today, we saw a shelter fight here as well, where KSGB2R was able to secure the victory. But now we can see the zone is going to shift focus, but still players opting to go towards the southern island. As you can see, LS Skyforce, OneBlood, and Mafia right now. OneBlood not finding it very lucky actually with in terms of the weapons right now. Anish getting the S12K, and look at that. Just like that way, ladies and gentlemen, OneBlood hopped on the flight, landed on solid ground, and found themselves back in the lobby in T minus 30 seconds. The unfortunate plays there for OneBlood, but right now LF Skyforce with the momentum. Anish with two kills already. And I think OneBlood only joined with a two-man roster, which is not good considering it's only the halfway point of the day two here. We're witnessing match number 4 right now. We're well into the like the second half of this day here. And right now we can see LF Soli being the aggressor here with the DBS trying to, get some shots off onto Mafia Gang. Right now we can see Cyrex and Satu over on this side, but we can see Shizu as well. He has 2 eliminations under his seatbelt right now, and he is looking to get some more. But right now we can see that Cyrex only has the pump shotgun. Shizu waiting really patiently for LF Skyforce to make some mistake here. Now OneBlood has been eliminated, and unlike the previous Erangel match where it really went back and forth here, right now the nade is coming. Will the nade do something? Oh, if he cooked it a bit longer, it would have confirmed the knock. But right now we can see LF Soli with the shots, and we saw the cover from Cyrex. Unfortunately, that is the pump shotgun shot did not take down his health bar as much as he would have expected, but I doubt he knows that. So he would be under the impression that one of the players is definitely low. But right now we can see Cyrex trying to do something. He hears Anish over on the other side, and he knows that Bojubi has taken an off angle. So this is really good positional awareness from Mafia against Cyrex here. And he unfortunately only has a pump shotgun to defend all of the smart plays that LF Skyforce are doing right now. We can see the pump shotgun is being made useful here, made to good use, and he gets a knock off Goma. He goes down. Bojubi also on the off angle and gets knocked out here solely with the DBS trying to do something. Cyrex, and he does get the death peak working for LF Skyforce, but Satu from the other side is going to take the eliminations. LF Skyforce, the most dominant team in the Maldives community, has been taken out, has been wiped off the Erangel match. And now, unlike the previous Erangel match, right, when back and forth amongst these teams, it is now going to be Mafia Gang who have gotten the victory of the fight here. But right now we saw that Mavericks also trying to reply back against ANTEIKU, but ANTEIKU definitely picking up some more eliminations here. They are up to 5 eliminations already to start off. And yeah, what a performance here from Mafia Gang and now from ANTEIKU to wipe out MAVERICKS. So far, three teams have been eliminated from the lobby. And yeah, let's move on to yeah, JLo here. What do you think of this live chat here? You have some glazers in the chat as well. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm so honored that I've got lasers and actual official account, fake official accounts being created on behalf of me. Thank you so much for keeping the hype up. Well, I was actually having some popcorn while I was actually reading all of these comments. Insane, guys! You guys are literally entertaining, and typical entertainment for us as well. So keep the hype up, but also don't forget to hype these teams that are really playing out here and battling it out against all odds. So moving on to complete focus, we can see DEFCON's eyeing over ANTEIKU's over here, waiting for ANTEIKU to make one little wrong movement enough for them to target them at the right time, which is 2 minutes left for the zone to enclose into stage two, guys. We're already down to 17 teams and 65. However, as we take a closer look at the leaderboard, we can see Mafia Gang leading with a total of 6 elimination points early on. That makes them to be at the top of the leaderboard. Now, the rest of the teams might have to strive harder to get a couple of more elimination points. I don't think the ANTEIKUs are really aware that the DEFCONs are right in front of them, waiting for them to make the move. Yep, and right, so now they are overlooking into the other member of DEFCON, still not aware where Mari exactly is at. He's just snaking around, waiting for the right opportunity for one of ANTEIKU's members to get closer to him. So that, ooh, my God. He did notice, Aku noticed Mari, and with that, guys, they were able to secure 6 eliminations as well. So last man standing for DEFCON is Massa. Let's see how Massa is gonna play it out here. I kind of messed that name with Messi and Massa. Right. So he comes Shafu straight into a rush, every possible utility being thrown at, and Shafu in the right location, and Massa was being barbecued halfway through as well. And with that, guys, they were able to eliminate Team DEFCON successfully, securing a total of 7 elimination points, and we're down to just 16 teams and 63 remaining, guys. Now, with just 700 meters for them to get into the zone as soon as possible, well, they could take their own pace as well, given that we're still in stage 1. But then again, they have to be very vigilant, because right behind their tail, let's all not forget that VEs are right behind them. So even if they go to the zone right now, VEs are literally going to be right behind them, and it's going to be such a disadvantage for ANTEIKU. Let's see how it's going to be played out, guys. Not many fights are being actioned out right now itself, because we're still in stage 1, and Erangel is comparatively larger than Sandhawk. Well, comparatively minimal in size when it comes to Miramar, however. So let's see how the teams are going to play it out, guys, with just a second left for the zone to close into stage 2, and just 2 minutes left for stage 3. Right, so let's see, guys. I think they're still not quite sure. VEs are not quite sure as to from where they need to make the pathway through. So let's move on to Mafia Gang over here. Once again, dominating over here in Sosnoka. Previously, we were able to see how they were able to play it out safely in Sosnoka as well. And yeah, let's see, guys. Now, the concern here is how are they able to make it to the safe zone without using the bridge. Now, obviously, there's going to be bridge campers, and here comes shots being fired at start 2 by S13. It's a Mafia versus Mafia situation, guys. What in the absolute hell just happened? Right, so with that, guys, Rios was able to secure 1 elimination point, and is still stagnant with 16 teams, however, but the remaining count seems to be lowering each second. And yep, so with that, guys, I don't think S13s are waiting any further to confirm the other eliminations either. Feels like they're heading straight into the safe zone now, sort of trying to gatekeep into the edge of the zone, making sure that they can keep an eye on their bypasses simultaneously. However, we can see Rio seems to be sort of scouting around just to ensure that Sosnoka is actually cleared from their opponents, and V is making it safely into the safe zone as well. And here comes Anteikus as predicted, guys. V is right behind the tail of Anteikus. Let's see, guys. Will VE be able to make a fight here, or will they be trying to play it safe? Feels like they are trying to play it safe, holding on to the mid of the zone, or rather towards the quarter mid of the zone. Right, so we can see a lot of vehicles being passing over and over. Well, not quite sure if y'all did notice, but yeah, there, as we speak, there's a vehicle right towards left of Chris, and the B2R still out here in the blue zone, kind of waiting till the next zone reaches in as well. And just 40 seconds left, we will be concluding straight into stage 3 as well. It's still stagnant with 16 teams, however, just 62 remaining. At the top of the leaderboard still stands on. Oh, wait. Anteikus are leading with 7 elimination points, and MAFIA with 6 elimination points. The rest of the teams better strive harder than before, because Erangel is a pretty good map for you to ensure that you get a couple of elimination points, but also simultaneously make sure that you keep up with your placement points as well. So we can see the EQZs are fixated on the target at AKAZAYA over here. Maha, I don't think she's quite aware that the EQZs are right behind them, and the EQZs seem somewhat how do I say, spreaded, I guess. It's a 2v2 formation over here, and looking straight into the AKAZAYAs as well. Would it be the EQZs or would it be the AKAZAYAs, guys? Do drop your early predictions and let us know which team you are rooting for. Bring the hype up. Keep the hype up, rather. Right, so we're still stagnant with the 16 teams and 62 remaining. Let's see who would be able to eliminate the next team or the next knock. Do drop your predictions, or maybe even bet in the live chat. Come on, bring the hype up, guys. Meanwhile, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Dude's channel as well. Right, so we can see EQZs are quite still fixated on AKAZAYA, not letting them to sort of rotate either. They've already something fired at Monteda, and well, that does not connect. And down goes Shaku by Stormy QZ, guys. Down goes one head as well. The last team standing for Anteikus. Let's see what they're able to do here, and simultaneously they're trying to confirm the elimination points here as well. Swaggy going in for the rush, knowing that there's just 2 men for Anteiku now. And down goes C4 by Molly. Now we notice how aggressive Molly has been playing lately. She is definitely coming up to those standards now, guys. It is amazing how individual players are literally showcasing their maximum potential, maximum skills. Am I being glitched or something, or is it just driving reverse? Right. And here comes the rush by AKAZAYA against the EQZs. So EQZ is trying to make sure that they revive the member Storm Tifu in time, else that will be the end for EQZs as well. Right, so let's see, guys. AKAZAYAs, Anteikus, and EQZs. It is a battle of the best. And down goes Tifu once again by Molly. Down goes Perfect as well. Another spray coming up by Molly. Here comes Itachi straight into a rush with his S12K shots, guys. And pretty much amazing, guys. Alright, so with that, Storm has been eliminated as well, and that leads to the end of Team EQZ. What an ambush, what a strategy adopted by Team LF AKAZAYA. Amazingly well executed. Alright, so we're down to 15 teams and just 56 remaining, guys. Team AKAZAYAs were able to secure 4 elimination points. That makes them to be placed as third in the top of the leaderboard, and we can see SDMZ is going straight head first with KSGB towards ISSL, taking a battle out here with the Mafia gangs. As predicted, ISSL holding on to the bridge over here, and with that, guys, Team Mafia gang has been eliminated with 6 eliminations. So we are down to just 14 teams and 53 alive. with just a minute left for the zone to enclose into stage 4. I am super excited, guys, because we are in match 4 and the tables could flip anytime, any moment, any blip second. You can see our Alexis holding on upper grounds here now. In a map like Erangel or be it even in Miramar, the more you hold on to higher grounds, the more advantage that you're gonna have. So, Josh, what do you think about the strategies being adopted by each of these team members? They're literally playing differently, and different approaches are being used compared to before.
Yeah, a lot of the teams have to change their strategy considering that they have played with all of these players now for literally more than 10 matches right now. We can see a fighting happening in the open area with VE. Sacha unfortunately goes down. This is Chris coming to the rescue here, but he chooses to circle around instead of stopping and taking a fight. I think it's going to be a lost cause anyway because Sacha is going to get eliminated here. This is peak driving right now by Chris, trying to dodge everything. Dima goes down, he gets eliminated. And this is the thing, ladies and gentlemen, VE Esports, they can't keep their players alive. They keep being eliminated at the worst possible timings, and which is really unfortunate because they have to work out on something that keeps their players alive right now. It's going to be Chris and Vicky that has to do something for the team right now. But as we speak, we can see VE E2STM7, they are still outside of the zone. Ayu with the hovercraft, unfortunately, is going to have a tough time because that is going to explode. And right now, he is stranded out in the open here with so many teams behind him. And it looks like that's VE ISSLNRC Susti with 2 eliminations in the bag so far. And we can see some love in the live chat for ISSLNRC as well. But yeah, right now they are going to be in a actually a more dominating position than VE E2STM7 because they have 2 players knocked out behind them. Eddie is going to get eliminated here. Doom is going to pick up another elimination, and there we go. VE ISSLNRC eliminating their brother organization here in terms of TM7 here. And yeah, the Maldivians from VE to STM7 will have to find themselves back in the lobby. And right now, look at the leaderboard. It looks like EQC is going to be one of the teams from the top of the leaderboard that will find themselves back in the lobby really, really early. And right now, we can see NRC as well. They will have to move towards the zone as fast as possible, but they have picked up 5 eliminations. So have LF AKAZAYA, putting them at the top currently in this match right now. But right now we have the table toppers here. Mafia Section 13 still outside of zone. Rio getting an elimination here, but playing safe and sound right now. So they are going in the opposite direction of the zone for some reason, or actually, I think they are going in the direction of the zone, but they're taking a really, really wide rotation here from down below Gatta, and they are going to rotate up towards the zone here because we can see right as of now that the mountain, the Georgia Pool Mountain, is going to be a huge part of the zone. And ladies and gentlemen, this is where the synergy of all of these teams will get tested because Georgia Pool Mountain is no easy spot to conquer here because all of the teams, they have, specific ridges, specific, dips and specific paths that go really high up. This is all the work for here, terrain difference, and this is where the synergy is going to be tested out. And right now, the team with probably the most synergy in Sri Lankan esports, One Hit RLX, they will be up in the mountain right now, and they will be witnessing a rotation happening below them right now. And it looks like Tabs, he's going to be interested in taking some rotational fights here. Right now, we can see KCB2R as well taking some shots off. Hesh is going to get some M416 shots down to Mafia S13 that are taking a rotation right now. And we can see that Aslan, he's going to try and get some shots off as well. But it looks like he is not going to get a knockout here confirmed. And yeah, this is not his old team, but he knows the players that are there, especially Purem and Nigesh. He has played with them before. So right now, if he does get to know and does gain information that he is going to be in a fight with Mafia Section 13, he will probably able to pick out what these respective players will be able to do, considering the situation that they are in right now, because it's going to be really tough for them to actually fight against KSDB2 are considering that there is going to be enemies at the top of the mountain giving cover fires. Right now we can see Mafia Gang OG in a spot of bother here. VE ISSLxNRC, he takes down yeah, Apex 49, he goes down. Lucifer taking that elimination, but he's going to get knocked out himself. This is ISSLNRC with 6 eliminations in the bag, and Mafia OG actually trying to find a way to penetrate the ISSLNRC lineup right now, because they have only 3-man roster to work with, and we have Lucifer getting actually revived really quickly here, and yeah, the revive is taken by ISSLNRC, and we have SDMZ also on the other side, which can potentially make it really difficult for ISSLNRC and Mafia Gang OG in terms of the fight they have to take. They're 296 meters outside of the zone. So JLo, considering the zone, what do you think should be the strategy these teams outside playing edge should implement in this position, as stage 5 is about to get underway in 30 seconds?
I mean, given that we are in stage 5 and just 20 seconds left for the zone to include in as well. Now, the zone damage can be very critical, and teams need to ensure that they get into the safe zone as soon as possible rather than taking on fights any longer, because the longer they stay out of zone, the more time that they spend. I mean, time is key for everything. You need to ensure proper, efficient use of your time management. Now we can see ISSLNRCs might need to pass by MAKPENs, but then again, it's gonna be super hard. It's gonna be a very tough situation. And with that, guys, CLQs, Susti goes down. VE team has been eliminated. This is absolutely insane. Lucifer going straight into and there he goes, guys, by AKAZAYA, I believe, and down goes Lucifer. The last man standing, Jimmy. Let's see if Jimmy's able to do something, and he does. Amazing poisonous shots by DBS, by Jimmy, holding on to the edge of the zone as well. I think he should have ample time to revive his teammate. Let's see, he is in his last health, however, and with that, guys, Lucifer has been eliminated. If only Jimmy could have been a little bit faster, but then again, you know, time once again needs to be managed efficiently. So moving on to SDMZs having more advantage here, given that they are after all on upper ground. We're down to 19, so just 19 alive with just 50 seconds left for the zone to enclose in, and obviously RLXs are holding on to a really good advantage here. And with that, guys, ISSLNRC has been eliminated. So we are down to 5 teams. Oh wait, we just had 9, didn't we? Blink of an eye, and we are down to just 5 teams, guys. With that, team S13, team AKAZAYA has been eliminated as well. All right, so let's see. We got RLX, we got the SDMZs, we got the TGRs as well. Let's see how it's gonna be played out, guys. With just 5 teams left and 13 remaining. TGR's last man standing, Drax, needs to be playing it out safely because he needs to ensure that he goes into the zone as well. And the last man over here for MAKPEN, Yatino as well. GG's 2Ds are definitely not in a good situation, guys. If you are in lower grounds, you better watch your surroundings, because the more lower you are, the more advantage the guys who are in upper grounds have. So TGR's Rax has been eliminated as well, and we're down to just 14. We got the SDMZs, we got the RLXs, we got the 2Ds, we got the MAKPENs. Here comes a rush by SDMZs of the one. Let's see, guys. DBS versus Nogan, and DBS versus DBS, and down goes Omega. Amazing, amazing. And let's see what sort of strategy Tabs is about to play out here, guys. Tabs, the last man standing on behalf of RLX. Is he trying to play it safe? And down goes MAKPEN's last man. Along with him goes MAKPEN. Tabs trying to play it safe here, definitely. Knowing here comes a rush by Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan literally on fire. Look at Obi-Wan Gore. SDMZ is dominating completely. So we're down to just two teams, guys. 2D and SDMZs. Now, obviously, both teams have a high advantage. Look at the percentage. The SDMZ is 64% and 2D is with 36%. Who do you think would be able to secure the winner chicken dinner, guys? Drop your early predictions. Let us know which team you are rooting for. SDNs are literally being very aggressive, guys. Um, right, so just two men standing for 2Ds and SDNs obviously have a high advantage here, given that they are safely into the zone and they have proper sights onto their opponents as well, and all four members of them alive. And that's no! Alright, so last man standing for GG2Ds, Ilahi. Let's see, guys. Would Ilahi be able to give us a perfect 1v4 or would it be a 4v1? Here comes a rush to Ilahi and here comes a nade as well. Ilahi lost HP, takes down Inzi as well. Once again, he's lost HP, he's able to survive. And down goes Ilahi, guys. Amazing, well played, Ilahi. But although, let's see, let's give it up one more time for your champion of the match, SDMZ. Winner, chicken, glorious dinner. Perfectly executed. Finish for a map like Erangel. What a show! What a show! SDMZ, they didn't just play the map, they literally owned it. They dominated the whole map of Erangel. So let's give it up one more time for your Master Pay Grind. Fourth chicken dinner winners by SDMZ. Well played, guys. Well done. Now we obviously can see how well they dominated during the last zone and how literally Obi-Wan was hunting his opponents. So Obi-Wan with 3 eliminations, Agent with 5 eliminations, IRU with 3 eliminations, and Zeke with 1 elimination. There you have it, guys. Your winning team stats for match 10. Well played, well executed, guys. Moving on to your match summary, we've got a total of 69 eliminations, 17 knockouts, 12,131 total healings, 2 grenade eliminations, and 40 assists with 0 vehicle eliminations. Somewhat comparatively better than the previous Erangel match we've played. Right, so let's move on to your next stat. A head-to-head comparison between SDMZs and the RLXs over here in terms of damage. Of course, SDMZs hold the upper hand with a total of 2,520 damage. In terms of knocks with 11 and 8 for RLX. 12 eliminations and 8 for RLX. In terms of total points, though, SDMZs are leading with a total of 22 and RLXs with 13 points. So there you have it, guys. Overall, SDMZs have definitely had better advantage when it comes to all the factors considered here in the head-to-head comparison. Let's move on to your next step. Right, so we can see your MVP for this match 10 being SDMZ Agent 27 with a total of 5 eliminations, 880 damage, 2 assists, 4 knocks, and 137 heals. Well played and well deserved, Agent 27. Moving on to your next stat. So top players so far for DGN's Master Page Grind Match 10. We got at the very top Agent with 5 eliminations, Omega with 3, Obi-Wan with 3, Susti with 5, and Tabs with 2. So let's give it up one more time for Agent, Omega, Obi-Wan, Susti, and Tabs. There you have it, guys. Your overall top players for Match 10. Right, so let's move on to your next stat. Right, so in terms of your match rankings, we can see at the very top stands SDMZ with a total of 22 points, RLXs with 13, AKAZAYA with 10, ISSLNRC with 9, ANTEIKU with 8, 2Ds with 7, MAFIA Gang with 6, MAKPEN 5, VERICKS with 4, S13s with 3, TGR with 3, V2R with 3, Skyforce with 3, AKZs with 2, Mavericks and VE Mafia Gang with 1 point each. ONEBLOOD, DEFCON, and TM7. Better luck next time, guys. We do have 2 matches left. So let's see, guys. Your overall standings will be reviewed by Josh. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, guys. So we can see ISSL NRC and S13 will be the first 2 teams that break the 100-point mark here, but ISSL NRC have done well to surpass S13 for the second time today. So this is a battle for the first and second between ISSL NRC and S13, but well played. Within 10 matches, 102 points accumulated by ISSL NRC and 100 points accumulated by Section 13. RLX lacking just 8 points behind with 92 points, and then 10 points later is AKAZAYA, and that's when the drop begins here. AKAZAYA with 82, EQC with 80, and then another 12 points later is KSGD2R with 68, MAKPEN with 60, Sky with 58, VE with 57, VERICKS with 54, MAFIA with 53, TM7 with 49, TGR with 47, ONEBLOOD with 44, SDMZ shooting up from their last position yesterday, up already with 40 points and a chicken dinner to their name. How important will this be? Definitely going to be really important. They are shooting up to the 15th position. They are back and they are ready to dominate here. Mavericks with 39, 2D Rebound with 39 as well. ANTEIKU with 36, DEFCON with 28, and OG getting comfortable with not a very nice spot here at the last place position. Right, so the top players, ladies and gentlemen, Omega has now finally surpassed Mafia Rios with 22 eliminations. Mafia Rio, however, with 21 eliminations, not that far behind. ISSL Lucifer with 18, Scout with 20, but Lucifer with getting more damage here with his 18 eliminations. RLX Tabs MVP making his way and is going to solidify his place at the top 5 here. Overall, top players in the DGN master paid grind here within 10 matches. These players have accumulated a ton of kills. Ladies and gentlemen, 4 matches have been completed today. ISSL NRC with a 25-point chicken dinner to start off proceedings. B2R with 18, RLX with 17. And now, ladies and gentlemen, just like I've been saying, the Maldivians have come to dominate. SDMZ will be the first Maldivian team to take a chicken dinner for the day number 2 here in the Dean Master Paid grind here. And they will take it in convincing style, 22 points for them in that chicken dinner. But ladies and gentlemen, we are far from over. 2 more matches remain. The next one going to be Miramar. We have been entertained, but we have to go for a short break, get all these players up and ready for the second Miramar match of the day. It's going to be intense. It's going to be full of exciting moments, but yeah, we are prepared as much as you are, ladies and gentlemen. We will go for a short break. Get ready, guys. If you are joining us for the first time today, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel that you are watching in and leave a comment. Live chat has been popping off lately, but now, as usual, after the fire, the smoke always settles here. And yeah, unfortunately, but yeah, do leave your comments on who do you think, leave your predictions of who do you think the team will be ending off, maybe in the top position or maybe the next Miramar match, who will get the chicken dinner. Yeah, but guys, we'll go for a short break here. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
right, so welcome back, guys. It's Jay and Joe back in live in action again. So we will be heading straight on to your fifth match of DGN's paid master paid grind. Let's see which team would be able to walk away with the fifth chicken dinner. So do drop your early predictions and let us know which team you are rooting for and who do you think might be able to secure the fifth chicken dinner home. So, Josh, do you have any early predictions or?
Yeah, I think that it should be more Maldivian teams that have to come to play for the Masters Paid Grand because, as we can see, so far only two chicken dinners have been, secured by Maldivian teams. Because of that, we need to actually, let the Maldivians actually come and dominate here. But right now, we are going to hop in to the Mirror match and hopefully maybe we can see another Maldivian team, maybe like VE ISSLxNRC. They have been quiet for a long time and they know how to dominate these grind leagues here. So we will definitely have to see something here, ladies and gentlemen. If you are joining us for the first time in this entire paid grind, this is the second day of watching. We had the first day yesterday, so we are now in the second day. All of these teams that you are watching are playing for a massive prize pool of 100,000 rupees and 6,500 MBR for the Maldivians here. And yeah, it's absolutely exhilarating what we have witnessed so far, hasn't it been?
Absolutely. So I am super excited to see which team would be able to walk away with the chicken dinner early on itself. We can see a lot of the first circle has already been established in, and we can see a lot of teams are heading towards the safer side of the zone, and a couple of teams are heading towards the northern side of the map as well. I feel like there could be some potential clashes around in either Los Leons, perhaps around in Monte as well. So let's see, guys. Let's see how it's going to be played out. We can see DEFCON straight into the layer of sorry about that. See straight into the layer of the Mavericks is over here. Let's see, it's going to be working out alive from Impala.
Yeah, now we can see most of the teams, yeah, definitely have opted for the southern side of the zone. We can see that VE, they have gone to their specific drop location in Los Leones, but we can see surrounding them, RLX VE to S7, they will try and, maybe take a fight with the players that they hear in Impala. But right now we can see some players coming in from this side, and that is going to be it for Mafia OG, just like that way. One blood prior taking a 1v3 against Mafia OG. And yeah, back to the lobbies really quickly. Now, see, Mafia OG, they are currently at the 20th position, which is really bad. And they needed to do well in this Miramar match to actually make a comeback, but it doesn't look like that's happening here. So it's really unfortunate that they will have to stay at the bottom of the table just for a while longer. We hope that they come back soon in the next couple of matches. But we're now going on over to Impala, where we can see DEFCON and Mavericks battle it out here. And right now we can see Mavericks, they have full man roster still alive, and so does DEFCON. So it's going to be a 4v4 fight. And yeah, let's see which team possibly could walk away with the win in Impala.
Absolutely. So we can see Defcons. I feel like Deadly is the most closest to Mavericks is over here, heading straight into their lair as well. Now, if you take a closer look at the leaderboard, we can see 1B is leading the total of 4 elimination points, and VX Victory X is following it up right behind their tail with just 1 elimination point. Now, the rest of the team may need to try more harder to get a couple of more eliminations, given that we're still in stage 1 though. But trust me, by the minute we hit either stage 4 or stage 5, that's when the real battle is about to begin, especially once again in a map like Miramar. So let's see, guys. I feel like neither of the teams want to push anytime sooner. Both teams either want to play it safe or else they might go straight in for a rush as well. But that is not yet decided. We can see AKAZAYA, however, pushing straight into the B2R's layer over here.
Yeah, now we can see the fighting happening between LF AKAZAYA and B2R, just like we have witnessed all this time in the Miramar matches. They always go to Picado and they always make a point, fight against each other. But right now we can see KSC Panda with the shotgun shots here. And right now two of the LF AKAZAYA teammates goes down, which is really unfortunate way to start off here. And right now Panda coming in with the yeah, with the melee weapons here, showing who is boss in the Pecado area. And right now Panda with 2 eliminations against AKAZAYA here. And this is really bad for AKAZAYA because they have lost 2 players in quick succession, and that's definitely not what they want, hot dropping into Pecado. Last match they were able to, you know, navigate out of Pecado, maybe take, you know, a safer option, but this time they were forced into the fight here. Right now, back again at Impala, we can see that none of the teams have engaged right now, but we can see possibly it's going to be Wolf from DEFCON going to engage first up, and there we go. The shotgun shot comes out here, but the next shot did not connect at all. It's going to be Jana replying back with the AKM. Massa coming in for the support, and he's going to be really low here. And we can see Prince also getting eliminated from the side right now. Massa is trying to reply back with the DBS. He's going to pull up the nade and see if he can get some shot, some knocks here, confirmed knocks with the grenade. It doesn't look like he's going to get anything from that grenade. But right now, he's really low in HP, and his first action should be actually to heal up, and he's going to do so with the adrenaline syringe here. He's going up for the rush. Will he be able to get the knock? He does not. The revive has been taken from MVX, and now DEFCON is reeling here. Last player standing in Marisa.
Right, so we can see a perfect nade being executed by the B2Rs against AKAZAYA, and we can see the team AKAZAYA has been eliminated early on itself. And here comes a spray against RLX's by Luca. Luca's literally an amazing spray by Mavericks. So here we have it, guys, the fight between RLX's Mavericks, and we also have a third party right behind their tail. But the thing is, I don't think they're really aware that the DEFCONs are right behind Mavericks's. And with the blink of an eye, guys, we are still down to 18 teams, which is 65 alive. Do bring the heat up, bring the action alive. Now, if you take a look at the leaderboard, we can see ISSLNRC is leading with a total of 102 points. S13 is right behind their tail with a gap of just 2 points, and RLX is at 92. So let's see, guys, how the tables could flip from the 5th match of the day. Now, we can see the Mavericks are definitely not in a good situation, given that they're right in the middle, and we've got the DEFCONs, we've also got the RLXs overlooking. Now, would you look at that? Look where RLX's members are situated, and here we have it, guys. TGR is going head-on-head with ANTEIKU as well. So that enables them to secure 1 elimination point already. Let's see how it's going to be played out.
Yeah, as we can see now, out of zone battles here in El Azhar, and there are a lot of teams now. ANTEIKU, they have got 1 elimination secured in the bag, and yeah, it's come out of Shafu's bed here. We can see that now they will try and make a rotation outside of the zone, but they could potentially be a team that would want to take a fight here right now, and they have no option now as Shafu gets knocked here. 1 hit THEGR now getting knocked out here. Clumsy being a bit clumsy. The M249 shots coming out right now, and we can see that another player from TGR is going to get knocked out here. And yeah, it's going to be a really intense fight going to come out now from ANTEIKU. They probably do have the man advantage right now. TGR only with a 2-man roster standing. OneHader confirms that elimination, and Codeine with the MK12 getting a beautiful knock across the street here. And Drax from TGR goes down, and this is now the last player standing, the IGL Luffy. What will he be able to do? What will he have up his sleeve? He's going to get shut up right now. Luffy getting the knock of Aku. So this is going to be a nice reply back from Luffy. He gets the confirmation kill. Aku going down, and right now it's a 1v3 scenario for TGR in this position. Luffy is going to heal. The sticky bomb is going to come from one healer, but I doubt it's going to do much damage here for TGR. Let's see what Luffy can do from this side as he holds the nade for the push coming in. One healer comes down. Will he be able to get two with that nade? No, he gets one, but it's going to be Sharku getting knocked again. And now another nade is going to come here. As we can see, one healer, he's getting ready for the jump, but no, he's actually going to get knocked by the nade. No, he's going to get damaged. No, he actually gets knocked by the grenade. And this is Luffy with beautiful grenade work to bring it down to a 1v1 with ANTEIKU. Now Codeine has to reply back. Luffy is going to get really low. He's going to go back up and put the first stage. JLo, this is a really intense fight. What are your thoughts as Luffy tries to clutch it up for TGR?
Well, let's see how the tables could flip, guys. We can see TGR's Luffy and also ANTEIKU's Codeine having a revive here. And here comes Luffy straight into a rush. Let's see if he's able to secure the last knock over here, as well as the elimination point and eliminate team ANTEIKU. Then here comes the rush by Lusty. So confident with two UMPs by his side. I mean, UMP and an M4 by his side. And we all know what sort of a player Codeine is as well. He is as supreme as he could be. And here comes a health, quick revive of his own health. And Codeine rushing from the left. And Luffy looking into his right as well. This is an absolutely insane 1v1, guys. Here comes Luffy straight into a rush. Codeine rushing right towards his left as well. And let's see, guys, who is it gonna be? Would it be Luffy or would it be Codeine? Do drop your early predictions and let us know which team you are rooting for. Now both of them are literally pressurized by one another. I don't think Codeine would have any time to revive his teammate either any time sooner. And the zone is also restricting in about just 9 seconds left. I feel like Codeine is sort of backing away to play it safe, or is he just scared? Well, we'll never know. And here comes Luffy straight. Luffy isn't giving up, guys. He's rushing straight into Codeine's whereabout. Codeine, however, feels to me is fleeing away from Luffy's grasp. And here it is, guys. Codeine is lost HP. Let's see if Luffy is able to get him. Healing up here with bandages. And here he comes. Luffy straight into the rush against Codeine. And there we have it, guys. There you go with that TGR. Last man Luffy, ooh, look at that toxicity, was able to eliminate team ANTEIKU, successfully securing a total of 4 eliminations as well. Well done, GG, team TGR's Luffy.
Yeah, just amazing place there by Luffy to get the 1v4 against ANTEIKU. What a performance he has definitely put out here in this 5th match, Miramar. We saw ANTEIKU, Codeine trying to back away from the fight, but no, Luffy was like, I'm getting this 1v4 one way or another if it's the last thing I do. And he was able to do so in this position. What a player, Luffy. And he, on all the hopes actually rest on his shoulders for TGR's performance. They're currently at the 12th position. So it's really important that he has a good match and get some placement points, because the consistency is needed. And only averaging about 4 points a match here, considering that 10 matches have already been completed, is not something that they would love to be doing here. They would at least need to be averaging somewhere around the 10 to 12 point mark here, as ISSL and as S13 have been doing consistently. As I said, that ISSL NRC have got a player knocked out here. We can see now Los Leones has become a really a point of excitement here for most of these players that have come towards this side. And right now we can see ISSL NRC fighting it out against MAKPEN. MAKPEN coming in with the rush now. Lucifer has to do something here. He is going to be pressuring. Pasta goes down, and look at that reaction from Lucifer, getting Yeti down to half HP. What a performance. But Yeti, he is going to be putting on a first aid kit, trying to mitigate the damage done by Lucifer in this area. Lucifer didn't have time to put his health up, and Yeti, he is going to take the knockout of Lucifer, and Lucifer gets eliminated by Caesar. And this is really unfortunate, which leaves ISSL NRC doomed to fend for himself, as MAKPEN they come to take their first elimination in terms of actually not their first elimination, the elimination of Jimmy as Doom. He tries to fleece the situation.
Right, so we can see Victory X is overlooking into the VE's layer over here, and Hexa has already been knocked out. Let's see if his teammates are able to take him in and revive him in time as well. I don't think a rush would come anytime sooner by the VEs. And look at that, guys. Las Leons has been literally crowded by three teams already, and we can see ISSL NRC's last man standing. Doom over here trying to take a fight with the MAKPENs. I think the MAKPENs are overlooking us. I mean, they're kind of finding as to where Doom is, and down goes Doom, guys. I'm not quite certain as to why Doom had to stay there, right out in the open, right in the middle of the open. And so with ISSNRC being executed, guys, we are down to just 15 teams and 49 remaining. Now, if you take a look at the leaderboard, we can see Mavericks is leading with a huge gap of 7 points, and MAKPEN right behind them with a total of 6 points, and B2Rs with 4, 1B and TGRs with 4 as well. Mind you, we are still in stage 3, and with just 14 seconds left for the zone to close in. Now, would you look at that? Los Leons is overly crowded with not just 1 or 2, but with just 5 teams already. So let's see who would be able to make it out alive of this chaos that's about to happen in Los Leons.
Yeah, now as we can see, most of these teams opting to come towards this crowded city, the zone, probably going there. It will be good if we can get a map split screen here in just a second, just to see what the zone is actually trying to do to most of these teams. But as we can tell right now, Mafia gang, they have taken a position inside the zone. But as we can see, MAKPEN and the players from outside the region, they will have to try and come towards this area, and it's going to be really difficult because all of these teams are going to take position in towards the zone. Right now we can see LSEQZ taking a fight against Mavericks. Right now AKAZAYA has unfortunately been knocked out here, and that's not going to be good news for Mavericks, because EQC, they might be the team that will definitely take an advantage once they get one. They're the one knock push type of team here, and just EQC doing what they do best right now. We can see Tfue trying to throw all the utility he has, which might not be the best option right now since it's only just one knock and the support of the teammates is not there. But yeah, pretty adamant to try and confirm the kill there, Tfue. But right now we can see that the stage 4 zone is going to present itself about 1 minute 40 seconds till it starts to close here. And as we can see, yeah, Los Leons is a big point, a big focus point in the zone, and we can't see much of the teams. Yeah, as you can see right now, the teams in Los Leons, we can't see many teams outside the zone. So as you can see, the teams that are not in Los Leons, unless we take TLQ for consideration, and right now most of the teams, they will try and rotate into zone. But as we can see, VELF and probably Mafia as the team do have nice positions in terms of the zone that we are about to witness right now.
Right, so if you take an overview of the map, we can see almost all of the teams have managed to get into the safe zone. And would you look at that, guys? Los Leons is being heavily crowded by almost all of the teams. And we can see DEFCON's last man trying to play it safe. But then again, he needs to be very aware that the Mavericks are right in front of them. So getting into the safe zone is going to be a bit of a big hassle. But would you look at that, guys? We can see that the left zone, the left circle of the northern side of the safe zone is completely empty, completely not engaged at all. But the middle of the zone is quite ecstatic, given that almost all of the teams are huddled to one another. And with that, guys, team MAKPEN's Pasta has been eliminated, and we are down to just 15 teams and 46 remaining. EQs is going straight head-on head first with So VE, and here comes Vicky straight into a rush, regardless, not giving enough spare time to revive, but regardless, he was able to revive his fellow teammate, and Dima rushing straight into the zone, into the compound here, and here comes a rush by Dima, making sure he gets swaggy with his poisonous DBS shots as well. Right, so let's see guys who would be able to get um out of this chaos that's about to happen here. VE versus the Mavericks, and then we've got the EQZs as well, got the TGRs, and down goes Chris by Tfue. Let's see guys, Dima rushing in straight to revive his team member here. However, he was not able to revive his teammate Vicky though. So that could be quite a bit of a disadvantage here, given that you really need all of your team members to stick together, especially in a map like Miramar.
Yeah, definitely. Now we can see VE in a bit of trouble. Dima going down. Chris has been revived, but I think the Molotov is what's saving them from being pushed right now. Storm, unfortunately, ate up his own fight with the Molotov that he threw. But right now, he is going to stop the revive. Chris, unfortunately, stop the revive there, which was not what he had intended to do. And right now, Storm goes down with a third party. No, it's going to be the cover from Sacha in a position where he was able to give the cover. Really lucky that Storm was able to go into his crosshair, and VE Esports, they live to see another day thanks to Sacha's cover from the off angle here that he has taken. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I absolutely love about Miramar. Stage 5 zone, we have 42 players remaining, and the odd structure of the houses in Miramar just make it really easy for many of these teams to camp it out. And right now we can see Perfect with the UMP taking the elimination of LF Skyforce Anish here. He goes down, really unfortunate. And then we can see right now everyone is just getting knocked out right now. So maybe in the team or actually the match summary, we might be able to see much more knockouts than eliminations in this type of zone. But as we can see, stage 5 now is going to be underway in just 13 seconds. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, as the zone closes, all hell will break loose, because now the zone has shifted away from the Los Leones area, and it has gone further up north, a bit towards the western side as well. So it's going to be really difficult, considering that all these teams will be rotating in just a bit. Right now, the zone is beginning to close, ladies and gentlemen. 20 seconds until stage 5 is set, and look at the amount of teams still outside of the zone. It's going to be crazy chaos here, and I think JLo would like to start commentating on how that would be here as the teams rotate into the zone.
Alright, so now if you take a closer look, guys, which you look at, there's so many colors being coded around. We can see a lot of teams being onto one another, and we can see Team AKAZAYA has been eliminated as well. So we're down to 14 teams. Mind you, we are with 13 teams right now in this shrinking tiny little circle, and we will be also closing in a minute left for stage 7 as well. So let's see guys what sort of strategy, what sort of tactics each of these team members are going to play out in their own phase. And we can see Mafia Gang's last member here, Satu, and I don't think all right, so he has been exposed, his surroundings has been exposed, and he is being burnt alive, guys. With that, Mafia Satu has been eliminated by Sacha. Well done by VE Esports, last man Sacha, amazing gameplay over there. And with that, guys, Mafia Gang has been eliminated, so we are down to just 12 teams. And here comes a spray by MAFIAxSECTION's Venom. Now we know how Venom's sprays could be. You've seen it the previous days, so let's see if we can keep up with the same momentum today as well. And with that, guys, the powerhouse Nigesh has been taken away too soon. So let's see who would be able to secure the chicken early on, guys.
As we can see in the leaderboard right now on the right hand side, look at that. Most of the teams at the bottom of the table have actually decided we're going to take this Miramar match seriously, and what a time to do so. We can see ISSL NRC have been taken out, RLX have been taken out, AKAZAYA also have been taken out, but S13 still surviving. VE, speaking of it, have gone down with 4 eliminations at the 11th spot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how competitive it is right now. And we are in the stage 7 officially with 9 teams remaining. When have you seen a zone as dense as this right now? We can see the teams going down 9, 7, 8, 7, 6 teams right now in the final stage 7 circle, and right now it's gone down to 6. And yeah, just what chaos is happening right now. Just so many teams being eliminated off the bat. We can see about 2 3 teams occupying the same building in this position. We can see SDMZ, TLQ, Mafia, and MAKPEN all in one frame here, trying to battle it out to see who can get the most amount of eliminations. Right now, it might just be a wow match that we can see, a 4v4v4, something like that, going crazy right now. But we have a TLQ right now occupying a lone building. Now, SDMC, they are going to try and do something. They are going to be the first aggressors, but we have B2R on the other side, Panda and Scout going absolutely crazy. Panda picking up an elimination. There we go. He eliminates, I'm pretty sure, ONEBLOOD goes down, and Hesh completes the fight there. And right now, ladies and gentlemen, 5 teams remaining. It looks like there we go. Zombie E is going to get knocked out here by Pure Aim. He's going to jump straight into the molly, and he's going to knock out SDMZ Obi-Wan. What a performance there from Pure Aim. But unfortunately, he is going to get knocked out in this position. And now it's down to Rio, the last player standing in Mafia Section 30, keep the hopes alive for their team and to possibly take over, actually surpass ISSL NRC. But it doesn't look like it's going to happen here as Mafia Rios gets eliminated to the zone.
Right, so guys, we are left with just 4 teams: B2R, MAKPEN, VX, and SDMZs. Now, would you look at that? B2Rs are definitely having the upper advantage given that all of their members are alive and safe, and MAKPEN with doers. And ooh, would you look at that, guys? SDMZ's last man has been taken down, and with that, along with him, down goes SDMZ's whole team. So we are down to last 3, and would you look at that, guys? Muffins are being burned alive, nades are being thrown, every possible utility is being thrown. It is down to last 2 members, CLQs, and here we go. B2Rs, in a blink of an eye, was able to secure the 5th chicken for day 2 of your DGN's master paid grind. Well done, a glorified chicken indeed.
Yeah, just absolutely beautiful there from KSGB to are able to pick up the second chicken dinner of the day. What a beautiful performance so far from them in the DGN Master Paid grind here. They were able to pick up and wrangle just a couple of matches prior to this winner chicken dinner that they were able to get in the most hectic map out of all 3, probably the most hectic match that we have witnessed so far in the Master Paid grind here in the Miramar match. They were able to come out of that absolutely intense, dense zone. We saw 42 in stage 5. Going into stage 6, we saw still there were so many teams. But KSG B2R, they have come out on top. Error with 1 elimination, Panda with 5, Scout with 5 as well, and Aslan doing his job for the team. But he just has to get used to an absolutely dominating team that he is playing for right now, and he will definitely bring the firepower in the last and final match that we are going to witness here. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner chicken dinner team stats KSGB2R with an absolute beautiful performance here to take the chicken dinner.
Right, so moving on to your match summary of match 11 of your DGN's Master Paid grind. We've got 71 eliminations, 81 knockouts, 11,322 total healings, 4 grenade eliminations, 31 assists, and 0 vehicle eliminations. So this is pretty much the best match summary so far. Now we will move on to the next stuff. Right, so here we have it, guys, your head-to-head comparison between B2Rs and MAKPENs in terms of damage, of course. B2Rs have the upper hand with a total of 1,840 damage. Nox, of course, MAKPEN's having the upper advantage, and the B2Rs in terms of eliminations leads with a total of 11 elimination points, MAKPEN with 8, and that leads to a total of 21 points for B2R and 13 for MAKPEN. So there you have it, guys, your head-to-head comparison. Now moving on to your most valuable player for match 5, KSG Panda B2R with a total of 5 eliminations, 962 damage, 2 assists, 5 knocks, and 171 healings. There you have it, guys. Let's give it up one more time for KSG B2R's Panda B2R. Well played and well deserved. Now
Yeah,
moving
no,
on to, yeah, go on, Josh.
thank you, Jailer. The top players of the DGN Master Paid Grind match number 11, KSG Panda with 5, one hit, Luffy TGR with 6 eliminations. It was a beautiful 1v4 against ANTEIKU to come on top here. KSG Scout not that far behind with 5 eliminations. Mystics is with 4 eliminations. SDMZ Agent as well, picking up 5 eliminations in the match number 11 of Miramar. What performances we have witnessed so far in the Dev Gamer Nets Masters Paid Grind. All the players coming into play, but right now we saw SDMC. They are slowly building up their power, and Agent is one of those players spearheading their attack into the top of the points table. They were finding it really difficult yesterday, but they completely have a performer in terms of Agent there. Right, so KSCB2R with 21 total points, MAKPEN with 13, SDMZ Esports, they are spearheading the comeback right now, 11 points, VE Mavericks with 9, OneBlood with 9, TLQ VictoryX with 9, Mafia Section 13 with 8. So, right, the top 6 probably not in the position that they want to be on the overall rankings, but they are beginning to bring a comeback here. And they have done so in the Miramar match here. One hit TKTGR with 7. VE Esports with 4, Mafia Gang with 3, ANTEIKU with 3, as well as LFEQC, VEE to STM7 with 2, 1 for LF Skyforce, and however, NAISSLNRC, 1 hit RLX, 1 DEFCON, LF AKAZAYA, Mafia Gang OG, and 2D Reborn unable to capitalize in this Miramar match.
Right, so moving on to your overall standings so far, we can see S13 leading with a total of 108 points, and ISSL NRC right behind their tail with a total of 2 points, just a gap of 6 points, and third place as an RLX with a total of 92, B2R with 89, EQZ 83, AKAZAYA with 82, MAKPEN 73, VictoryX with 53, VEs with 61, Skyforce with 59, MAFIA with 56, TGR with 54, 1B with 53, SDMZ and TM7 with 51, Mavericks is with 48, 2Ds with 39, ANTEIKUs with 39, DEFCONs with 28, and OGs with 70. So there you have it, guys, your overall standings so far. Right, so moving on to your overall top players, we've got for your DG and Master Paid Grind, we've got Rios with a total of 22 eliminations, Scout with a total of 25 eliminations, Omega with 22 eliminations, Lucifer with 18 eliminations, and Tabs with 17 eliminations. One more time, let's give it up for Rios, Scout, Omega, Lucifer, and Tabs. Well done and well deserved, guys.
Right now, we have completed 5 matches already for today. ISS NRC coming in with a task, 25 total points in the first match. B2R with 18 total points to take the first chicken dinner of the day. RLX with 17 total points in the first Miramar match, and then SDMC spearheading the comeback with 22 total points in that chicken dinner in Wrangell. And right now, we just witnessed B2R coming back here and taking their second chicken dinner of day number 2 here in the Miramar match. So really extremely well played to all the Sri Lankan teams. SDMC and the rest of the Maldivians, they have to start winning some of these matches. You can't give all of them to the Sri Lankans. Of course, you have to spearhead a comeback here. It's definitely going to be really exciting to see some of the Maldivians also try and come back. But ladies and gentlemen, the 5th match has been done and dusted. We are now in the final call, the final curtain call here in the last match of just day two. We are just getting started here for some of these teams because we do have day number three coming up very shortly. But right now, as of now, the final match will be underway in just a second. We have to get all of the players lined up and ready to come and attack the final match here in Erangel. Match number 12 will be with you in just a minute. Don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be right back.
Right, so welcome back, guys, for the DGN's Master Paid Grind for a prize pool of 100,000 LKR, and for Maldivians it will be 6,500 MVR. So, along with me, I've got Josh, who would be my casting partner for the day, and we will be heading straight on to your last map for the day, everyone's favorite. It's gonna be a wrangle. So let's see, guys, who would be able to play it out safe and who would be able to bring the last chicken dinner for day two into victory. Let's see what sort of predictions you guys have in your mind. Do drop your early predictions in the live chat below. Bring the hype up and keep your teams motivated and bring the energy up.
Yeah, now we are going to hop straight into the Erangel match. We are going to witness definitely some exciting moments because we have been treated to so many. Recently, we just witnessed the Miramar match previously, and it was just absolutely crazy. But right now, the sixth and final match of day number two is going to be underway. And ladies and gentlemen, look at this flight path is absolutely southern. No way that any of these teams will be able to access the northern side of the map. So it's going to be really difficult for most of these teams. They might just have to take some vehicles and rotate to their designated drop locations. But for the teams that go towards the southern side of the map, it's not going to be difficult at all. We see a lot of teams going towards the Novo side, some teams going to the military base, even teams going to Milta will not have a problem at all going to their respective drop locations. But as of right now, we can see so many of the teams trying to go with the parachute. We can see Mafia X13 going with the parachute, and there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The first zone presenting itself, it's gone towards the western side and up north. So the southern island and the eastern side of the map will not be in play at all. And we can see a load of teams going or opting towards the eastern side of the map and opting towards the southern side of the map straight off the bat, as we can see for literally the sixth time of this Deep GamerNet Masters paid grind. We can see the south of the map, military base island, absolutely jam-packed here. And we will go down to military base in just a second. As we can see, OneBlood Esports, they prepare to take a fight against Mafia OG.
Right, so we can see Pochinki, Sosnoka, as well as Milta being heavily crowded, heavily packed by not just one or two, but like many teams. So let's see, guys, it is going to be super hard. And as you can see, Jade taking a knock over into AKAZAYA's. And we can see DEFCON's, one of their members, has already been knocked out. However, revive could be made in time. And we can see MAFIA is trying to take out 1Bs over here, trying to use whatever possible utilities they could. And here comes the rush against Tryout. Let's see, guys, who would be Tryout. His lost HP as well. Is he going to play it out safe? It's best if he can play it out safe. He was able to safely make it out alive there. And right, but still the Mafia gangs are not going to give up that easily. They're still lurking over, trying to take some look out into where Triumph would have been. And there you have it, guys, the first knock. And we can see Neo has already been knocked and eliminated as well. So last two men for ONEBLOOD. Let's see what sort of gameplay they're about to pull out here, guys. You can see Skyforce is rushing in just to give a third party over here against Mafia again. Let's see if they're able to get a couple of knocks over here. And here comes a spray against Sato.
And now we got LF Skyforce coming in with the attack on towards OneBlood. We can see OneBlood, I think they have been eliminated out of this match. It does not look like that, because there is one player still standing somewhere really far for OneBlood. But now it's LF Skyforce against Mafia Gang. Now let's see what they will be able to do. LF Skyforce is a bit of a tough position. Bojibi and Anish find themselves in a very, very weird place because they probably would have been pressured by them. But as we can see, OneBlood Esports, the sole player in Bradley, I think that's probably the only one player that OneBlood would want in that team right now playing. So it would be Bradley, because he maybe stands a chance with his play style. He would be able to pick up a couple of eliminations, maybe even go ahead and take some placement points for the team, because they really need it. 13th position is a place that they can really, start to take the attack on. But right now, as we can see, Mafia, Cyrax, he takes the first knock here. Bojibi goes down, and now Anish has to do something, try and reply back, but it doesn't look like he will make it easy. And there we go, Anish with the knockout here. The revive is going to come for Bojibi, and this is going to be a real pressure on Mafia Gang, because they have lost their entry fragger here. Cyrax trying to take the eliminations, but now it's going to be Joker and Shitso trying to reply back. But now Toma, he's going to reply back with the M416. There we go. Joker, unfortunately, was not in the best position. And there we go. Just off the revive, Bojibi wasted no time. And it is LF Skyforce that take the win of the fight against Mafia Gang, and they conquer the military base island.
Right, so that was an amazing intensive stage fight, guys. As you can see, GG2Ds over here, and the spray disconnects to one of the Mafia gang's members. Amazing spray by Zaxtuni. And we can see Defcon's going against Anteiku simultaneously. Here comes another spray, and he was able to get double knocks. Amazing, guys. So let's see. Here comes the rush by 2Ds against Mafia gangs. So let's see who's it gonna be, guys. Would it be the Mafia gangs or would it be the 2Ds? I am super tense right now. If I'm tense just by virtually seeing this, imagine how the players could have been pressurized with the strategic approaches they are to use here. And there we go, guys. Another knock against Mafia gangs. Last man standing, Astro, and down goes Astro as well. So with that, guys, Team Mafia gang has been eliminated by S13s. Although the 2Ds did come from a different angle, S13s were able to eliminate the team with the solo man. So I feel like the S13s are somehow fixated their eyes on the 2Ds now.
Yeah, as we can see now, Milta was out of the action, but we can go over to Mavericks. Unfortunately, Asia going out in the open, kind of a wrong play that you that can be said here by Asia there from Mavericks, considering the amount of teams that they have probably know come towards Milta. So going out in the open was like a suicide note there by Asia. So he's going to be eliminated first up from Mavericks. Right now we can see DEFCON, they pick up an elimination thanks to Asia here. And we can see ANTEIKU still on the other side have gotten some eliminations. Actually, they have two players eliminated out of their own squad. So they are going to be in a very tough position here. We can see that MVX, they have not picked up any kill points so far. But we can see 2D, Reborn, and DEFCON. They have taken 3 kill points each. So DEFCON controlling this fight really well here in Milta, but the zone, ladies and gentlemen, 1.5 kilometers to go to the zone for one header, and probably the rest of the teams here in Milta stuck right now, trying to finish off a fight that should have been finished in the stages where the zone was closing for stage 1. But right now they have to find ways of how they can possibly rotate, given that the zone is 1.5 kilometers away from them right now.
Right, so on Seiku's, look at that, guys. Milta is literally still packed, and just 1,000 meters for them to get into the zone as well. Regardless, I feel like they're readily fixated on getting their elimination points over here. We've got the Mavericks, we've got the DEFCONs as well, and as we're speaking, down goes Lucifer. He gets knocked out. And we got the Anteikus, we got the Defcons, we got the Mavericks. It is absolutely insane. So moving on to ISS's POV here, guys. And did they just eliminate a team? It feels like it. So last man standing, Zombie, TLQ, and ooh, there's another man as well. And let's see, guys, who is it gonna be? Right, alright, now it is a last man situation for TLQ. And Doom confirming Hexa's knock here as well. That leads to a total of 3 elimination points for ISSLNRC. Is finally going to revive Lucifer in time. So if you take a closer look at the leaderboard, we can see 2Ds and ISSLNRCs leading with a total of 3. However, Sky Forces are able to lead above all of them with a total of 6 points in total. So you can see TGR is going against the TM7s and Mafia S13 is going against the 2Ds finally. And here comes a rush by DEFCON against the Mavericks is over here. So 3v4. Let's see, guys. A spray going here by Jana against the DEFCONs. Meanwhile, Jana has to be very vigilant about his surroundings given that he is after all in the open, and down goes Jana. The last 3 men standing for Team Mavericks is, let's see what sort of gameplay we could be able to witness here. Feels like they are moving away towards the safe zone given that, there's just 2 men and they need to somehow play it safe. So meanwhile, we can see S13 is literally butching teams after teams over here. Successfully securing 3 eliminations, and TGR is going against 1Bs. ANTEIKU is going against DEFCONs, and with that, guys, Team 1B has been eliminated. So we can see Mafia is 13 butchering more and more teams as we speak, successfully securing a total of 4 eliminations. Team Victory X has also been eliminated. Almost all of the teams are literally being eliminated second after second, and along with that, down goes to the Reborn as well.
Yeah, now we got LF Skyforce coming into the fight with ISSLNRC. And look at that. Mini is taking some shots down. Toma goes down with a DBS. And right now we can see Boji coming in with the UAC switch seats knockout here from Boji with M460. Mini goes down there. And now it's all up to Lucifer, the last player standing. Will he be able to take the fight against LF Skyforce and take some eliminations? Right now, this is Anish coming in for the rush here. He takes to the S12K. He gets some shots off, but Anish damages him equally as much. And right now, Bojabi tries to be a hero. He gets shut down. And right now, Anish is really low HP. Will Lucifer be able to? What the hell was he doing? Lucifer did not need to do that. If he switched into the M416 and just shot near the car, I think Anish would have been eliminated. Lucifer, that was really unfortunate. That was probably not the best play he has done in his career. He will definitely be kicking himself. Not probably, definitely be kicking himself for that there. But LF Skyforce, they take the final laps here and they go up 10 points. They are definitely in it for the eliminations. They are in it to be aggressive here. And AKAZAYA, speaking about them being aggressive, AKAZAYA have been eliminated as well. Right now, MAKPEN, they have 5 eliminations to their name. And yeah, ANTEIKU, they are also right now in a very tough position because they are still in Milta Power now, 2.7 kilometers to go for safety. But still, it's going to be DEFCON and ANTEIKU trying to battle it out here. As we can see, DEFCON, they've probably eliminated Mavericks, and now ANTEIKU, they've picked up 2 eliminations. One Hader still bleeding out here, has to be revived. But DEFCON, they will look to try and take some eliminations. Look at that. The push is going to come in. As we can see, DEFCON going up against ANTEIKU. This is going to be an intense fight. Who do you think will win here, JLo?
It is absolutely questionable because we know how DEFCON and ANTEIKU could be very aggressive when it comes to gameplays. And with that, guys, Van Hader has been eliminated. And we can see ANTEIKU's last man standing. Arku, would he be able to stand a chance against DEFCON's duo over here? Feels like he is running into safety and play it safe rather than going head to head first with the DEFCONs. But feels like he just had a switch of plans and overlooking fixing his targets against DEFCON. So let's see, guys, we are down to just 13 teams and 39 remaining with just 3. Oh my lord, they have to get into the zone anyhow. They need to get into the safe zone, which is 3,000 meters away. And 2 minutes left for the zone to enclose into stage 4 as well. Meanwhile, we can see DEFCON sort of roaming around to check where the last man of ANTEIKU could be at. Feels that they finally give up, and they might be thinking of heading towards the safe zone now. Meanwhile, we've got Aku safe playing it here, and he has a vehicle to get himself safely into the zone. After all, there is a gap of 3,480 meters away of a space for them. Right, so moving on to SDMZs, I don't think they're gonna get engaged into a fight anytime sooner. But we can see Obi-Wan sort of chasing Skyforces over here. Now we remember how Obi-Wan was literally hunting and chasing his opponents. I feel like Obi-Wan should be the entry frag over here with such confidence and with such power of a hassle to rush into enemies' layers and give that perfect knock to his team as well. So you can see S13s overlooking TM7s as well as beat KSD B2Rs as well, and with that, guys, Team ANTEIKU has been eliminated.
Yeah, this absolute chaos going over here in the Georgia Pool area. As you can see, KSG B2R, they are trying to, take control of the area, but they can't stop the players that are entering this position. As we can see, Drax, the final man from TGR, he's taken a really high spot here, taken the high ground to his advantage. And right now, as we can see, RLX, they're taking a fight with VE Esports. As you can see, Vicky going down, and Chris as well, taken down by Swaggy from EQZ. There's a completely different fight happening right now, but yeah, VE Esports trying to actually in a very, very difficult position here. We can see yeah, they've been shot from all around here. RLX make it really difficult, as well as EQC from yeah, actually God knows where. We can see, yeah, a storm from EQC. He is in Georgia pool, third partying this fight right now. As you can see, it's going to be really difficult for VE Esports to stay in this fight. If yeah, Chris and Dima should definitely change their position. But there we go, 5 with the Scarlet shots knocking out Chris here. Chris is kicking himself right now. He gets eliminated. This is unfortunate here from VE Esports. This is not good positional awareness. And there we go, 5 getting the knock of Dima as well. He is going to be eliminated right now, and 5 picking up the eliminations. Just what RLX need to get into the match right now in terms of eliminations now. And it's going to be the last 2 players from VE, Vicky and Franco, trying to do something for the team here as MAKPEN roll up on them from the south side.
Right, so we can see 5 from RLX rushing straight into the VEs, but let's see if he's able to connect the nade though. And we've got the MAKPENs right behind the tails of VEs as well, and MAKPENs getting on to VEs, and with that, guys, team VE has been eliminated. What a third party by the MAKPENs. And moving on to judge pool, we can see EQZs over here going straight into the KSG B2Rs as well. And the Prefect being revived over here. So, and down goes Swaggy by Sky Forces. How on earth were the Sky Forces getting into judge pool? And with that, guys, Sky Anish has been eliminated. So that leads to the entire elimination of Sky Force. And we are down to just 10 teams and 28 remaining. Who do you think might be able to secure the last chicken for day 2 of DGN's Master Pay Grind, guys? Do drop your early predictions and let us know which team you are rooting for. Now, Georgia pool is definitely overloaded, highly overloaded with a lot of teams. Turn to your left as a team, turn to your right as a team, turn to the south or the north. That's definitely going to be a team. SDMZ is right in the middle amongst all of this chaos that's about to happen as well. And with just 40 seconds left for the zone to include into stage 5, we all know the critical phase of the safe zone.
Yeah, now we got some more action unfolding here. RLX, they've made it off the mountain, and right now Evil is going to be knocked out here in a pretty bad position. As we can see now, Mafia S13, they are also in a pretty questionable position themselves, because right now Rio, he is going to be the last player standing for yeah, Mafia Section 13. We can see 5 with 4 eliminations right now. Possible 1v4 they are collected by 5 for RLX here, but yeah, I will have to go back and confirm that, because yeah, I wasn't paying attention there, to be honest. But as we can see, stage 4 zone is going to close here in about 40 seconds from now, and it looks like it's going to be the Georgia pool containers to end us off. So what a turn of events. We saw the Miramar match previously. It ended in Los Leones, probably one of the most condensed in terms of the buildings, and now we end up in Georgia pool, probably the most condensed area in all of PUBG Mobile in terms of containers. So right, it's going to be really interesting to see how the teams plan on fighting it out. But considering Miramar and how dense the circle was, in here we are in stage 4, but we only have 10 teams and 25 people remaining in this match. In the last zone, in stage 6, in the previous match, we had 42 players. So it's absolutely crazy. As we can see, the density is not that much, but it is dense nonetheless for a stage 4, stage 5 zone. As we can see, stage 5 coming into play here.
Right. So Definitely, there is a lot of dense moments happening around in here at Judge Pool. We can see MAKPEN eliminating DEFCON as we speak, and the TM7s are here. We've got the SDMZs as well. And yeah, so we are down to 9 teams and 23 remaining, guys. If we take a closer look at the leaderboard, obviously Skyforce was leading for with a total of 11 points. However, since they are no longer alive, any team, most probably we've got the S13s with a high potential of scoring more elimination points and stay ahead of the leaderboard. You can see B2R is going against the TM7, such easy flows, and SDMZ is taking a couple of knocks against B2Rs, and SDMZ is rushing straight into the midst of the chaos. They're still stagnant with 19s and 19 remaining, guys. Who do you think will be able to make it out alive of all these chaos and score a safe chicken dinner for the last match of your day too? Now, the more higher you stay, the more advantage you have. But let's see what sort of gameplay TGRs would be able to play it out safely here, guys. You can see the B2Rs rushing straight into the safe zone as well. And as we speak, Team Mavericks has been eliminated. And we're down to last 18 with just 18 remaining. Let's see who's it gonna be, guys. KSDB towards Yamahesh here with nading in 5. Let's see if he's able to connect any of his nades though. Well, not yet, not yet. So these two R's are literally dominating the fields of Erangel. We did see previously as well how B2Rs were able to rise above the chaos and how dominatingly aggressive they were playing at one point. Let's see if they are able to keep up with the same momentum and dominate the fields of Erangel, or would there be another team to break the streak that they were maintaining? Eddie comes in from the left. Literally, all of the teams are packed in Judge Pool. It is a pool of bloodbath right now.
Yes, we can see 18 remaining here, and just no one trying to actually, get out of this match as we usually can see. But right now, stage 5 has to convert into stage 6, and ultimately, we have to have some players, be eliminated. But right now, it doesn't look like many of the teams would want to do that right now. Hesh, however, he is trying to do something, go over in the open area. That is, however, a suicide note. It's a bad play by Hesh there. Unfortunately, he is going to have to be eliminated from this match. There we go. Now, SDMZ Esports, they are looking to make a comeback here. If they secure a chicken dinner in this match, ladies and gentlemen, it would be the spark of something that we can see in day 3 as well. Now, this is going to be the last match of day number 2 that you are witnessing, coming to a close here right now, and stage 6 is making it a bit harder for those in the containers. As we saw previously in Miramar, it shifted towards a more open area, and it has shifted towards a more open area this time as well. We can see an airdrop as well falling right on top of the warehouse that actually not on top of the warehouse, just a bit to the left of the warehouse that RLX is in. Probably going to be a life-saving airdrop. Maybe can take a drop weapon and go absolutely crazy here. But as of now, it's not in the best interest here. Stage 6 closing in. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. 4, 3, 2, 1. And there we go. Stage 7. Where will it go? It's going absolutely nowhere. It's not going towards any of these teams. And right now, most of these teams will have to work around an open area. TGR, they get eliminated. And right now, VE to STM7 Eddie, the last player standing for VE to STM7. What will he be able to do, considering he's probably the furthest away from this zone?
Right, so with that, guys, Team KSGB2R has been eliminated, and we are down to just 16 and 12 remaining. Let's see which team would be able to make it out of the chaos that's about to happen. And with just 40 seconds left for the zone to enclose into stage 8, guys. Now, would you look at that zone? It is an absolute menace. It's an open field area. Smokes are going to be utilized to every corner. Last man, solo man, Eddie, trying to make it out alive here. And we've got a lot of teams with all of their members alive. So let's see, guys. MAKPEN definitely have more advantage. given that they are somewhat closer to the zone as well. And they're literally dominating the fields of Erangel today. Look at that, 10 points already, almost closing into Sky Force's 11 eliminations. And with that, guys, Team S13 has been taken out. So we are down to the last 5 teams, with 11 remaining, and Evil being knocked out by Pasta. Amazing gameplay, guys. None of the teams are able to get into the safe zone as of yet, but smokes are being thrown, and MAKPENs are definitely having more advantage here comparatively to the rest of the teams. And 5 being eliminated by Eddie. Uncle taking out 5 and Omega taking out 3. Last 4 teams, guys, who would it be? Would it be RLX? Would it be SDMZs? Or would it be MAKPENs? Or would it be the EQZs? Let's see, guys, who would be able to make it out. And last 2 teams, RLX being eliminated out as well. So last 2 teams, guys, MAKPENs, SDMZs. Let us know in the comments down below which team are you rooting for. Would it be a 3v2 situation, or would it be a 2v3 situation? And down goes Yatino. So SDMZ's Obi-Wan, we know how perfectly well executed he is when it comes to rushing, and here comes Obino against on kill, and down goes on kill. Obino, wow, amazing. So it's gonna be a 1v1 situation, guys. Pasta or Obi-Wan, let's see who would be able to get the victory home for the last final chicken dinner. And here it is, and what the hell was that? SDMZs. Amazing. So once again, a Maldivian squad was able to rise above the chaos with a glorious chicken and amazing gameplay by Obi-Wan. We knew how amazing he was throughout all of the rest of the matches, how he was able to clutch and play aggressively. This is what you call playing with proper exact precision.
Yeah, just absolutely amazing, amazing performance. Unfortunately, MAKPEN, the Bhutanese team, they couldn't, come together and get the chicken dinner of the final match of day number 2. But absolutely brilliant, brilliant performance from Obi-Wan there in SDMC to keep the cool, calm, collected stature of his gameplay to take the chicken dinner for SDMZ Esports. What a performance collectively so far by these men in white here. SDMZ Esports, they pick up the final match, winner, winner, chicken dinner, and this is the comeback that they wanted. This is SDMC Esports, and this is what they are known for. The Maldives, if they are producing a dominating team, SDMC would be one of them, taking the winner, winner, chicken dinner in the final match of day 2. What a performance from this group of gentlemen here. Obi-Wan with 3 eliminations, SDMC Agent with 4 eliminations, Haiti with 1 eliminations, and Zahyu with 0, but did his job for the team, ladies and gentlemen. SDMC Esports, what a performance so far from this team here. Match summary: 78 eliminations, 81 knockouts, 11,566 total healings. So this last few zones posing to be a challenge here for all of these teams. 5 grenade eliminations, 60 assists, and 0 vehicle eliminations.
Right, so moving on to a head-to-head comparison between MAKPEN and SDMZs, we can see in terms of damage, of course, MAKPEN holds the high ground with a total of 2,439 damage, 10 knocks, and 13 eliminations. That leads to a total of 19 points. SDMZs with 1,522 damage, 5 knocks, 8 eliminations. That leads to a total point of 18. So just a 1 gap of a difference here that enables MAKPEN to lead. And let's give it up for your MVP for last match. MAKPEN's on Kel with a total of 8 eliminations, 981 damage, 0 assists, and 5 knocks with 175 heal. So there you have it, guys. Let's give it up one more time for MAKPEN on Kel. Well done and well played. Right, so moving on to your top players. For DGN's Master Paid Grind Match 12, at the very top stands MAKPEN on Kill with a total of 8 eliminations, Soli with a total of 5 eliminations, Yeti with a total of 3 eliminations, and Obi-Wan with 3 eliminations, and 5 with 4 eliminations. So there you have it, guys, your top 5 players on Kill, Soli, Yeti, Obi-Wan, and 5. Let's move on to the next stat. All right, so let us move into the next stat, which will be the match rankings. Right, so your match rankings for match 12 at the very top stands MAKPEN with a total of 19 points. SDMZ is following it up with 18 points. Skyforces with 11, RLXs with 10, and Section 13 with 8, EQZs with 8, and E2Ss TM7 with 7, DEFCON with 6, B2Rs with 6, ISSLNRC with 5, TGRs and 2D with 3, AKAZAYA ANTEIKU with 2, MAFIA Gang and VE Esports with 1 each, and MAVERICKS, ONEBLOOD, MAFIA Gang, TLQ, VECTORYX with 0 point each. So there you have it, guys, your match ranking so far for DGN's Masterpaid Grind Match 12.
All right, so as we can see, the overall standings for the Dev Gamer Net Masters paid grind, and there we have it. After 6 matches, S13 still hold their poise to remain on the top here with 116 points secured. ISSL NRC, however, they have done really well to come back here with 107 total points. They will feel very comfortable at the second position here, not that far behind. But RLX is 5 points towards the second spot here. They secure 102 points after this Wrangle match. What a performance so far. B2R coming in and securing with 2 chicken dinners today. For they end up the second day with 95 total points. MAKPEN, however, begins the foreign teams here. We can see Bhutan coming into play here with 92 points. That's MAKPEN for you, ladies and gentlemen. They've only played 11 matches. So, yeah, the rest of the teams have secured their points with 12, but MAKPEN only playing 11. EQC with 91 points, AKAZAYA with 84, Sky with 70, SDMZ. What a comeback, securing 2 chicken dinners as well today. What a performance so far. They were at the bottom of the table coming into this match, but they were able to secure 69 points and come up into the top 10. Ninth place for them, VECTORYX with 63, VE with 62, TM7 with 68, TGR and MAFIA with 57 each, ONEBLOOD with 53, MAVERICKS with 48, 2D Reborn with 42, ANTEIKU with 41, DEFCON with 34, and MAFIA OG. They will be at the bottom of the table with 17 points after 12 matches here.
Right, so moving on to your overall top players, we can see at the very top stands Mafia Rios with a total of 25 eliminations, Scout B2R with 26 eliminations, Omega with 23 eliminations, Lucifer with 18 eliminations, and Panda with 18 eliminations. So there you have it, guys, your overall top players so far for DGN's Masterpaid Grind. Let's give it up one more time for Rio, Scout, Omega, Lucifer, and Panda. Well done, GG. Right, so moving on to your today's matches of DGN's Master Paid Grind. Sunhawk being devoured by SSNRC with a total of 25 points. Erangel by B2R with a total of 18 points. Miramar with Miramar being devoured by RLX with a total of 17 points. Erangel by being dominated by SDMZ with a total of 22 points. Miramar once again by B2R with a total of 21 points. And Erangel with SDMZ's 18 points. So there you have it, guys. Your matches being devoured by the rest of the teams. So that comes to the conclusion of the second day's DGN's Master Paid Grind, and it was such an honor to have you, Josh, to be casting here with me today. So rest assured, we will have more entertainment for tomorrow as well. So yeah. All right, so Josh, do you have anything final to say?
Yeah, we definitely saw some amazing performances so far. And yeah, well done to S13 for keeping up the momentum and keeping the consistency. Day one, hash one, day two, hash one. Will it be the same for day number three? Let's see. Let's find out here, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be us. That's going to be it from us from the casting desk. We'll definitely see you guys tomorrow for the final six matches of the Dev Gamer Net Master Paid Grind. Yeah, so that's going to be it from us from the casting desk. It's been a pleasure, definitely, to cast these few matches with you. It's been me, Josh, and JLo from the casting desk. Wishing you a good night, and we will see you all tomorrow.